On the way home, I saw a lorry carrying like snooker equipment. It crashed, right? I tell you what, there are fucking queues everywhere.
Make it stop. Make it stop.
I just want to credit Jimmer for that one. Thank you, mate. Good evening, Internet.
And welcome back to another episode of In the Doghouse, the podcast where a packet of fags and a pint of beer last about as long as Jeffrey Dahmer's boyfriends. Oh!
This is, my friends, an outrage.
Have you seen it? Have either of you seen it? The new Dahmer documentary?
I've seen dribs and drabs.
No, not really. Don't really watch much.
Oh, mate, it's so good.
Chief's been on it.
10 episodes, an hour each. Did them in a fucking day. In a day. Proper Sunday, that was. Proper Sunday. We were getting through them, and I said, are we going to do this whole thing in a day? She was like, yeah. I was like, fuck. So good. So, the one thing that really annoyed...
I don't know if it's not really good, is it?
No, but it's like, I knew a lot about, like, Dahmer, like most fucking white girls out there know all about every serial killer ever made, but I knew quite a lot about him, and I was a bit like, oh, is it going to be another one of those? Because I watched another one that I was really disappointed with, but that was fucking brilliant. But I tell you what, there's one bit in it, right, where like, spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't watched it, shut your fucking earphones off or whatever. He's like, he drills into people's skulls because he's trying to make sex zombies. So what he does is he like gets a drill, he drills into their skulls and puts like acid in them because he thinks it's going to like make them sort of half daft and he can just keep them as like a sex person forever. Oh, I don't fucking know. Anyway, not really the point. What really fucking annoyed me was when he gets his drill out. First of all, the fucking thing doesn't look like a cordless. It looks like...
No, because it was back in the fucking 80s.
Well, it looks like...
it?
Yeah, but they're using it like a cordless. There's no cord on it. And I'm like, well, they've just cut the cord off a fucking corded drill for this. But for health and safety reasons...
it was blunt, wasn't it?
No, or even better than that, there's no fucking drill bit in it. And I'm sat there with a wife, and I was like, this is fucking bollocks. She's like, what? I'm like, there's no drill bit in that. That's just really going to annoy you, just the chuck slowly doing up on your head. She's like, can you shut the fuck up for 5 minutes? I'm like, fucking drills. And I'm like, he'd be all right.
Was it a Makita or Milwaukee?
I don't know, some green thing, looked like a fucking 40-year-old
Bosch,
Hitachi. Yeah, something like that. I was like, oh no, you've totally taken me out of the realm of realism now. I just don't believe a fucking word of this. It was such...
This is, my friends, an outrage.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really good though. Yeah, mad props to the actor. I thought it was fucking brilliant. But anyway, sorry, enough about my little fucking side note.
That's very fucking disturbing.
Weird. Marlanis, admin, let's go.
Hold tight, right. Thank you again to the patrons, as usual. As we've said numerous times, we would not be here without you beautiful bastards.
Yes.
Obviously, our last t-shirt production has now stopped.
Yes.
New one is still in the pipeline.
Yes, I may have started work on it by now. I may have not.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get something done. Maybe do a Christmas thing. I don't fucking know. I'll think of something. Yeah, massive shout out to the Patrons. You can join the Patreon for as little as £1.25 a month, which is fucking nothing. Don't be a fuckface peasant. You know, if I was to see a patron in the wild, I would shake their hand. If I found you and you weren't, I'd probably kick you into traffic. So there's that to think about.
It's a small price to pay.
It is a small price to pay for me not kicking you in front of a bus. Okay. If you're a patron, you can obviously join the Discord, which is like where all of our community reside and where the cult is. So if you'd like to join our cult,
if you need a sample of Kool-Aid,
yes, we actually have Kool-Aid sent to us by the lovely one and only Hector Neal. He sent us, because we always joke that we're a cult, but we're not. Well, maybe we are. I don't know. We'll see how these things go. He sent us just an envelope with like address to the doghouse. Opened it. 2 sachets of Kool-Aid, and it just said, it is time. Let's go, end it all. Yeah, so if you want to join our cult, you can, the link is in the bio for the Patreon. I keep forgetting to say that. Link's in the bio on Instagram. The link is in every episode description. As little as £1.25 a month. It really fucking helps us. You might think it's only £1.25, but, you know, if enough of you do it, it means a lot to us. It means we can buy cool shit and do fun shit and make these episodes a lot better, sound better, make life easier for ourselves as well, because, fucking shit is hard. So, yeah, really appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much.
And if you don't want to join it, well, it's fine.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Right. Winter's here, isn't it, Reg?
Winter is here.
So, what have we got for winter, Reg?
We got some fucking hoodies. We've finally done them. We could finally afford decent fucking hoodies, because we could have done it last year. We could have got you really shit ones. Like, we've bought some crap ones before, haven't we? That are really fucking nasty and tacky and light. We were like, no, we're going to do it. We're going to do it right. So we waited a year. We got the money. Fucking boom. Thanks to you guys buying the merch from all of this year, we've managed to afford some nice hoodies. So we, by now, hopefully, if they're not, I'll just edit this out. If they're not here, they should be in stock on the website live, hopefully. So we put some, I think that design was knocked around a while ago, put it on the Discord, I believe. I think.
Yeah,
and
they
kind of helped us hone our craft with that one. They're out, they're cool. It's a nice fucking fresh design, totally new, something totally different. I hope you guys appreciate it. Yeah.
Gildan heavy, gorgeous bit of kit.
Yeah,
lovely.
Gorgeous bit of kit. We should get a fucking soundboard for that, I reckon. Yeah, so head on over, fucking treat yourself, treat someone else's wife. There's a saying there, I can't remember the exact quote. It's fun, don't get caught, all that good shit. Boof. Yeah.
Just in time for Christmas as well.
Exactly, yeah. Treat the cold weather's here, Christmas is coming, don't be a scumbag. Buy some merch, help us afford food and beer. It's great.
And buy beanies as well, because they're back.
Full fucking winter get up. Yeah. We get some, what else? We get some leg warmers and shit, and we like do some like thermal underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Built-in vibrator.
I don't know about that shit.
Well, I don't know. Some people like it.
Branded butt plug, I say. Yeah, brilliant. Sweet. Okay. Just quickly before we introduce who we got on tonight, Marlon. It doesn't matter whether you are a small business or a large business, or it's a person that is self-employed. Tax is a fucking asshole, all right? Everyone's got to pay it, but you can negate how much tax you pay by getting yourself a decent accountant. And what is a decent accountant, Marlon?
The decent accountant is Orly Fox.
Orly Fox, Chartered Accountants, a sponsor of this episode. I mean, anyone that's in business knows tax can be it can be a real fucking pain in the ass. But, are you missing out on grants? Are you missing out on tax relief? Are you fully utilizing, the money that you're making? There's nothing worse than working your fucking ass off all day and all night, working fucking every hour God sends, to end up getting bummed in the ass by tax, when a decent accountant could probably save you a lot of money and help you reinvest what you've made better and fucking get out of the
what do they say? What's that there? The old saying, a decent accountant's worth their weight in gold.
Yeah, and don't work harder, work smarter. Get yourself a decent accountant. So massive shout out to Orly Fox for sponsoring this episode. Really appreciate it. You guys heard Kieran. The bloke's a fucking legend. He is literally the accountant you could go with for a pint with. So hit him up at www.orlyfox.co.uk. Hit him up on their socials at Orly Fox. And I believe he gave us their email as well, which I could probably add to the episode description as well, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So yeah, massive shout out to you, Kieran. Thank you very much.
And also link in fucking bio.
Yeah, link in bio, all that good shit. You know where he's to. Peace. Thank you. Right. Marlon, who are we joined by this evening?
So tonight we are joined by the one, the only, Sean the Chef.
Thanks for having me, boys.
That's all right. No, thanks for coming on, man.
No problem. No problem.
It's nice. It's nice to have a guest that just managed to walk here for once.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we can
might not be walking home. Might be stumbling.
That's the plan. Shout out to Omelette for the lilies and the enormous amount of beer that he brought us this week. So yeah, me and Sean are right on the fucking sweet stuff tonight.
Yeah, it's a lovely drop that is.
It's fucking gorgeous, isn't it? Very, very delicious.
Dangerously.
Yeah. So how's your week been, mate? All right.
Yeah, not too bad. A bit of a stressful week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a couple of days in bed where I was just run down, I think.
Been under the weather, like.
Yeah. Mrs. and the daughter were ill last week. She's always picking stuff up from nursery, and yeah, I thought I got away with it because I was sleeping on the sofa trying to stay away from it.
I love it. So you actually put yourself in quarantine in your own house. I don't understand what the sleeping on the sofa thing. Because the wife had it like.
Well, they both Ella's 2.5 now, but she starts off in her bed next to us, but by about midnight she's always in between us.
Right.
So 3 of us in the bed, all ill. I didn't want that.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking germs being pumped out in one room, isn't it?
Yeah, so I thought I got away with it, and then Tuesday I was feeling pretty weak and stuff. I thought I had COVID, to be honest, again. So I did a test. It wasn't COVID.
Have you still got tests like knocking around, or did you actually buy some?
I think Holly got them in Tesco's.
Oh, really? You can buy them now?
You can buy them. It was only one test.
Oh, fuck me. How much was that?
£5, I think.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Pregnancy chest test is fucking cheaper, isn't
Mate,
it?
I think I got a fucking crate of them at home. Fuck the NHS.
And we spoke a bit off air about having a bit of van trouble at the moment, so that's been a bit stressful. But
Yeah, man. That sounds like it fucking sucks.
so I bought a van about 3 weeks ago, and the fucking thing hadn't started for 2 weeks. So
Van dealers. There.
Almost as bad as Range Rover dealers.
Traded in my car for it as well, so I've had no vehicle for like 2 weeks. So
Fucking fly by night.
apart from that, it's been a good week.
Apart from being ill and having no vehicle, I'm making it through. Like, fuck, man. Sounds like it sucks. Oh, anyway, I hope then the fucking next week gets better for you.
Yeah, hopefully so, mate.
What about you, Marlanis?
It's been all right, mate. Like, Land Rovers still suck dick.
Nice.
Yeah, they're fucking awful. Obviously, on the last episode, I mentioned about trying to sell my bike.
How did it go?
The saga continues.
The
So,
saga continues.
not long after we recorded that episode, someone was coming around to look at it. So I fired it up the day before. Lovely. Ran like a dream. He came, had a look around it. Yeah, fucking lovely. Really liked what he saw. Had a quick scoot through the service history, etc. He's like, before I just ping the money over, just make sure it starts. The cunting thing would not start for the life of it. I was there for a good quarter of an hour trying to make the thing start. Nothing.
What, while he stood there?
While he stood there, I'm like, it fired up yesterday. Look, I show you a video. It fired up yesterday.
Did you just want the ground to swallow you up at this point?
I was like, well, I don't care anymore. It's not going to start, mate.
I'll give you a tenner off.
He was like, no, I'm still interested. If you get it started, send me a video. So he fucked off and I could hear it. You know when something starts the hydraulic? Well, it filled two
When you
cylinders
say
up.
hydraulic, what do you mean?
So when...
What have you done with my fags, Marlon? You've moved them.
Underneath your phone, I think.
No, that's a threat. Oh, fuck.
This is, my friends, an outrage.
What have I let myself in for, yeah?
If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been...
Sorry, listeners. Marlon made some space for the cider, and I thought he'd like squirrel my fags away.
Why would I? No, like, shut up.
Thanks, Sean. Sorry, carry on.
So he fucked off. I ended up, right. When it starts a hydraulic, you can hear it because basically you've got a fluid of some description in the cylinder.
It's trying to compress
and it's
the
trying
fluid.
to compress
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fluid, which it doesn't work. So you can bump it over quickly and it'll get rid of it. So I pulled all the plugs out. There must have been half a fucking litre
Oh my god.
of petrol in the cylinders. Bearing in mind it's a 600cc.
Yeah, it's just like nearly full.
Cleaned all the spark plugs off, put it back in, double checked all the needles, fired straight up.
Is the bloke actually going to come back?
I didn't bother messaging him back.
What?
Did you at least get a video?
Yeah, like,
Yeah, I did.
just-
Yeah, I got a video.
Well, why'd you not tell him? Be like, look, because he's come all that way. How far
Because
did he
I felt bad.
for messing him up? Yeah, but now you can be like, look, mate, it started and really, but then you've got to go through this problem. It's got a problem with the carbs now.
But that's in the description of it.
What? It's got a problem.
It's got a carb problem. It needs the carbs stripping and cleaning
Oh right,
because
oh, well,
it idles like a bag of shit.
I just message him and just be like, look, I've done it, mate. It starts. Come. If you
Someone's
want.
coming tomorrow. Fuck him.
So this bloke came round and was really nice about it and was just like,
Yeah,
mate, you're a prick.
I am. Yeah.
I'd just be like, look, I'm sorry to mess you around. I've got it started. If you're still interested, great. If not, don't worry. I totally understand. I'm sorry for wasting your time or making Marlon like, no, I just won't reply to him. You're like the opposite. You're like the buyer in this situation. You're the bloke that doesn't message back.
I don't like. I think if it was me going to look at it
Yeah.
and it didn't start when he said it started,
You just wouldn't be interested.
No, that's
yeah.
it.
Oh,
So
mate, yeah,
that's-
mate. You'd probably be
yeah.
polite on the day and just be like, oh, yeah, mate, I'll come back and really you're thinking, fuck that bag of
Yeah,
shite and
that's
that
it.
prick. I ain't fucking going back there. No, I get you.
yeah, that's about it. Really, that's how exciting my week's been. I've had not a lot going on.
No.
No, shitload of merch going out.
Busy.
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 Yeah.
I got fairly pissed on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday?
Allegedly.
Mixmaster G round and Big Omelette come down with a shitload of beer and I didn't realise how pissed I was when you guys left. I was fairly fucking bollocks.
Oh, mate, Thursday was a struggle.
As you'll find out. Yeah, you two were like, oh, fucking tomorrow's going to be hard. I was up at 6. I was on and gone. I was quite amazed. I can't remember what I was drinking now, but... Oh, we finished a barrel of Amstel off, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting a bit fruity towards the end, wasn't it? A little bit metallic-y. Anyone else find that? When you get to a barrel of Amstel, gets a bit like, oh no.
You could just tell it wasn't quite there.
It wasn't its freshest, put it that way. It wasn't anywhere near gone. It still had loads of life in it, but the taste had changed, hadn't it? That had been on 4 weeks, I worked out. And do you know why that didn't last as long? Because we weren't cooling it down constantly.
Yeah.
Because we usually get 8 weeks out of lager before you get that. So there you go. For all those of you out there that have got a home bar, which is probably 0.0002% of you, get some beer, water cooled beer jacket. It will save you 4 weeks off your fucking barrel of beer that you buy.
Or just drink it quicker.
It's hard, man. We put in fucking work in here. That's 88 pints, you know. We're only in here recording like once, twice a week tops. We try our best.
Yeah,
Reg, how's your week been, mate?
It's not been too bad, actually. It's not actually from this week, but I think it was last week.
If you start to talk about your electric bill, I'm going to punch you.
No, it's not. I went to Dunelm, right? So now listen. Now this is after we had a bit of an IKEA experience the other day where I took the wife to IKEA and bought some fucking crap. Anyway,
no meatballs though.
I was a bit long in the tooth in this fucking furniture shopping. So I realised like I know how to do this now. So what I did was I said, what do you want? And she told me what she wanted. And of course, not IKEA. So you haven't got to follow the fucking arrows or whatever this bullshit is. So go in there. This is what you want. You want a chair for your office, right? Chair for office. We're going to chairs. We're not going to look around fucking light fixtures. We're not looking at curtain rails. And we're not looking at pictures of fucking puppies in shitty photo frames. We're going directly to the chairs. So I went to the chairs. She didn't know what she wanted. So a little fucking to and fro. I'm there looking at bar stools. So anyway, she turns around, she's like, this is the chair I want. Now, I haven't told this story before, have I?
No.
Not on the podcast, no. So I find this chair, right? And the only way I can describe this chair to you is, do you remember at a grandmother's house? I swear every grandmother had one. Now, when I say this, people are going to be like, fuck, I know what you're on about, Reg.
The one which lifts itself up?
Not quite. No. It's so easy to get in and out of. No, it's the chair.
One that goes up the stairs.
That's called the stairway to heaven. No, it's so imagine your nan's got this red velvet chair, like a sort of plush velvety type chair, but the fucker's been sat in front of the bay window for about 20 years.
It was like faded.
The cunt's gone nearly a pale pink, right? Now that pale pink is the fucking colour my wife wanted this chair, and the chair was there. Now I'm looking at, because I don't know if anyone else has been in Dunelm, it's kind of like the warehouse is kind of the shop as well. They literally have the chairs in boxes, like behind the display unit. I found this chair, she sat in it, she liked it. I thought it was a bag of shite, but anyway, it's not the point. Couldn't find any of these fucking boxes to go with this chair. So I collar old fucking £6 an hour shag nuts on a fucking Saturday, 16-year-old ball bag. All right, mate. I said, you got any of these? I don't know. You got any out the back? Don't know. Okay, well, that's helpful. So I go and find some other woman who looked like she was a bit fucking, a couple more years experience under her belt. Oh, no, we don't stock that one anymore. I was all right, yeah. Well, what's the score with this one? Well, it's a display model. I said, well, I don't mean to be condescending here, but why are we displaying a chair that we're not selling? I don't know. I was meant to go back. Go back where? Oh, I don't know. They just go on a lorry. All right. Okay. I'm thinking I'm going to really need to dumb this situation down.
Can I buy the chair?
Literally. I was like, so what about if I bought the chair? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I reckon we could do that. I said, do you reckon? I reckon we could.
You are a fucking
fucking right on. I said, what do you want for it then? I don't know, how much is it? This is her saying this. I was like, but we're going to find the label,
You're just talking to yourself, like, geeing yourself up.
Just there in the corner, like, I'm going to get a deal. Who's going to get a deal?
Looking in the mirror.
Reggie's going to get a deal. So, we better find the label then. So me and her lift this chair up like we're lifting up some sort of god that's sat on it. And underneath is the label. And it's like, I don't know, fucking 180 quid or something. And I looked at her, she looked at me, I said, that's not happening, is it? She was like, oh no. You can't sell next display model for that. I was like, no, we can't. Look at the legs. They beat the fuck. They weren't. They just had a couple of little like scratches in them. This tiny little yellow stain on the arm of bleach. I was like, I don't fucking know. Anyway, I said, where are we going to come to on that? Oh, I don't know. Oh, fuck me. You don't know a lot, do you?
Get the 16-year-old back here. Fuck me.
Anyway, so I said, well, who's going to, am I going to make an offer or are you going to tell me what it is? What? I'll have to get my manager. Got the manager. I thought, here we go. We're on big dogs here now, boys. Fucking big dogs here. All right, mate. Yeah. What's the score of this, then? You want to buy the X display model, do you? I thought, fucking Jesus Christ.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I do, mate. Yeah. I reckon we can do you 60% off. Fuck me, you've never seen someone grab a chair so fast. I grabbed that chair and I flipped the cunt upside down. I put it on my head like a crown. I walked straight to the checkout girls there. I'm like, right, they've obviously all wear little headsets in there. So I'm assuming
breaker,
yeah,
19.
This absolute once in a lifetime thing has happened and everyone in the shop knows. She's like, all right. I was like, yeah. Where's the box? Oh, fuck me!
Sex display shag.
Sex display, I got a deal on it. 60% off.
I suppose you didn't haggle for 75, to be honest.
Do you know what? I've been there so long and I just thought this is such a fucking story. I'm just taking it as it comes. I was too enthralled and my missus was staring at me like, please fucking stop. So anyway, got there till. So anyway, she was like, I said, get your manager on the Bluetooth there. Oh yeah, got it. 60% off. All right, tidy. Do you want anyone to help you carry it out the car? It's like, well, no. I said, because your multi-story's got a really low-hanging fucking bar and I got the spotlights on there. And I thought, why am I saying this? I said, car don't fit in the fucking multi-story. I'm across the road. All right, yeah. So I walked through the entire shopping centre. This is in Yeovil. Anyone who knows will know where I'm at, right? I'm in Yeovil. Walked through the entire shopping centre with the chair on my head like a fluffy crown. And I just strolled straight through there across a main road. And she was like, take it off your head. I was like, it's the easiest way to carry it, bitch. Shut the cunt the back to P38, drove home. So I drove home at a bit of pace. So he's knocking around in there a bit. And she was like, oh, careful. I was like, what are we going to do? Damage the legs? It's fine. It's X display. So yeah, bought a fucking chair. It was I never thought I'd go and buy a chair and it'd be such a tale, but there you go.
Good story.
Yeah, it's fucking, yeah, so we got a chair. Fucking, that's the end of that story.
I hate Dunelm.
Oh, mate.
My soul leaves my body when I go to Dunelm.
It's
a horrible place.
It's a strange place. It's kind of like a upper class home base almost, isn't it? Is it? I don't know what it is really.
It's just filled full of home stuff.
It's kind of a cross between like home base, B&M, and like IKEA.
But it's a lot more expensive.
And
the range.
And the range. And what's the other one that went out of business? Laura Ashley. A bit like that. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It was a bit, So anyway, I don't mean to drag on for too long, but I thought this was too good not to share. So when we were in here on Wednesday having some beers, do you remember I put on a song just before we left? And it was quite hard bass, super hard bass. Yeah, do you remember it?
I don't.
Oh wait, well, if I remember it in a minute. I didn't realise how pissed I'd got, but I was quite drunk by the end, and you'd left, and I carried on in here. Now, it was a bit of a haze, and I can't remember what I was doing, but I was doing some stuff in here, just stuff in general. And so I was like, oh, well, I'm doing stuff. I think I was kind of tidying, but when I came back in, I was like, I haven't really tidied anything, so I'm not really sure what I was up to. So I put the big speakers on, and God, I was playing Snakes in Tracksuits. I was just like on repeat, and you've obviously heard the episode with Joby. It was literally what happened to Joby. We got a text from the wife at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was like, please, can you stop playing Snakes in Tracksuits? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, anyone that doesn't know what Snakes in Tracksuits is, Google it, Spotify it, whatever, and you'll understand how heavy that was. She was like, how loud was it? She was like, well, put it this way. You've introduced yourself to the new neighbours. Oh, goody.
Let's go.
Let's go. I might even cut this and put a little snippet of Snakes in Tracksuits right here.
Sean, you are a chef.
Indeed.
Sean the chef.
Hence the name.
Where did you
Not
start
Sean the
out? Not Sean the chef.
Yeah, so I started out from school, started washing dishes and stuff just for a bit of pocket money, bit of cash. I originally wanted to be an accountant, believe it or not.
What the hell? That's well weird.
Yeah, I was quite good at maths at school. Thought that was what I was going to do, go to uni, be an accountant, blah, blah. Just started washing dishes just for a bit of, like I say, a bit of cash. And then after, well, I think I washed up for a whole year, like literally a whole fucking year of just washing dishes. And then but finally they like, oh, Sean, do you want to plate up the desserts or do the starters or do something different? I was like, oh, yeah. So I started doing that, messing about with the desserts and just like not really cooking anything, but just sort of plating them up, you know, putting the ice cream on the cheesecake, whatever, and decorating it. And then I started to really like it. And I was like, oh, I quite like this actually. And then I got offered to do an apprenticeship when I left school. So I kind of gave up on the accounting then. I was like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it. And that's what I did. I left school, started it in the same restaurant, and then started moving up the ranks, started doing the starters and dessert. And I was doing, I wasn't going to college, but I was doing a college course. She was coming out to me once every two or 3 weeks. So I was doing all my college work sort of at home in my downtime.
Kind of like a night school
course. Like a big old folder, like MVQ level 2. So I did all that like at home, and she came out and sort of assessed me while I was working.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was quite nice. I was earning full-time wages like from 16. You know, none of my mates had any money and I always had a bit of money. And I was learning the trade as I went along. Yeah, and then I fully qualified by the time I was like 17. I worked in the same restaurant there for 8.5 years, I think.
Fucking hell.
I was
Jesus.
23 and a half, and then left there, went to some other place and just sort of, you know, in this trade, like I listened to your Chef James thing and it, you know, it rung true a lot of things what he was saying. It's more about experience in this trade. It's not like the paper doesn't really mean nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just did a few other jobs, and I think I was head chef by the time I was 23.
Fucking hell. That's some going, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't strike. The weird thing, there are 2 chefs on now, and neither of them strike me as quintessential chefs. Like, you know, obviously you see your Gordon Ramsay and all these fucking idiots on the television, but even then, like, the few chefs that I've known prior to this have been very, you know, I don't mean to fucking...
Not everyone wears a tabard.
But tar them all with the same brush, like, but, you know, they're fucking egotistical, you know, not arrogant, but very, you know, loud and, you know, so an inflated sense of self-importance, but you seem proper laid back, Sean.
Yeah.
You're like fucking chill as
No,
fuck,
I'm very
man.
laid back. I don't see the point in shouting at someone. I'm as head chef, I was always hands on. So like you see, when you get to a certain level, you get like head chef, executive chef, and they basically do all the paperwork. They don't actually do any cooking.
Really?
No, so I've always been like, you know, lead by example. You know, if I'm doing the 60 hours in the kitchen, I expect my staff to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I've never like, you know, I don't feel I've needed the need to shout at people to get my point across. It's like they know if you're pissed off with them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Do you do you think is that the way you were sort of brought up in the industry, or is that a way that your own ethos?
Probably my own ethos. I think I was always quite shy as a kid. Like I was born in Ireland, so we moved over when I was 10. So I was obviously all my friends were in Ireland. Moved over. I think I was in year 6 in St Paul's when I moved over. So I was like straight into the top in that school.
Yeah,
had no friends, so I didn't really speak to anyone.
And then you moved straight out of that school into a new school.
Yeah, then I was up into Whitstone, starting off at the bottom there, and that was a year later, still didn't really have any friends in the area, and so I was always quite shy, so I've always been like that. Like, you know, it took me a long time to get my confidence and build friends up over there. It was it was hard work moving from a different country with all your friends.
Yeah, I bet it was, man. Like, especially at that age, that's like formative years, isn't it? Like in your sort of, you know, when you're really becoming like an actual person with, like, you know, you can develop a sense of personality from that sort of age onwards, you know, when you're in secondary school and shit. And if you're getting ripped out of like where your mates are and that to a new school, we don't know fucking know. Especially when you're at secondary school, when you're chucked in with, went from a school, I guess, of like at primary where it was like, I don't know, 100 kids tops ish.
Yeah.
And then you're like chucked in with like 700 other kids. It's a bit of a fucking jump, like.
It's a bit different when I got to year 11 because I've got quite a big family, so I'm the oldest of 8. So by the
fucking
time,
hell,
yeah.
you Catholic?
That is something.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Called it.
all boys apart from the youngest one's a girl. So I think
Wow.
mum just kept going until she had a girl. Like, oh, another boy, another boy.
There's so many families like that.
But by the time I was in year 11, all my brothers were in like year 10, 9, 8. Except like I had a brother literally all the way down. So yeah, I had a bit of confidence then. Like when all the brothers were there and stuff, it's a bit different. But
Yeah.
You know, going back to sort of like working in the kitchen and that. Do you find it works better being sort of a bit more chill, a bit calmer, creating a nicer work environment opposed to this like, yeah, chef,
yeah,
bollocks?
oh yeah, definitely. It's a stressful environment, and you know, you can't do nothing about it. It's fucking all these tickets are coming on. I know I've worked with so many people, and they get so stressed, they're like shouting at all the other staff, like, "Oh fucking, I'll slow the tickets down." Like, and I'm just like, mate, let's just do it. Like,
Take a step back a little bit.
Yeah, just breathe.
Look at it. Let's go.
We got to do it. This is our job. This is what we get paid to do. Like, you getting in that state is only going to make it worse, and you're making the whole team like anxious and fucking.
That's it. A little bit on edge.
Yeah, just calm down. Let's just get on with it. We'll do it as fast as we can. We'll all communicate who's doing this, who's doing that. Let's just get the tickets out, and then, like, I've actually had that conversation with people, and when they hear that, they're just like, "Oh, all right," and then. Literally, and then it just flows, and you send the food out faster and more
When
perfect.
everyone's working together, you are a team.
Yeah.
What is it they say? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And I tell you what, that's a really I've ever since the first time I heard that, I was like, that's so fucking true. Like, if you just concentrate on what you're doing, get it done right, like things flow fucking nicely and shit gets done. If you start the moment you start flapping, it's just gonna take 10 times as long. And it's just going to go 10 times worse, if you know what I mean.
You literally, I've never been a flapper, but you just look at them and they can't fucking function. The brain's just.
They're trying to do 10 things at once. They're trying to flip this and fucking cut that. And you're like, just calm down, man. Just do one thing at a time. We'll get it done.
Yeah.
I feel those are the sort of people as well that I've found are the people that can't delegate as well. They're so fucking worried about everything going on. It's like, hang on a minute, just take a breather. You got 5 other people around you that aren't flapping.
Yeah.
That
Set
can take
some shit on them.
That's it. Delegate some fucking labor, man. Like, you've got a team of staff here that all know what they're doing. That person does this. That person does this. And you know what? You can just step back and do oversight, or just fucking carry on doing those steaks or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I think is managing people that must be a huge part of working in a kitchen.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, is that, and that's why I like to go about doing my way and just being laid back and being mates with everyone, but not to the extent where they can just walk over you.
No, that's the thing. Yeah. You want to be.
I still go out for a beer with the guys afterwards, and if someone fucked up or if someone did something, I'd bring it up then and be like, "Come on, let's go for a beer," and then
just
talk about it after work and say, "Look, this didn't go right. Well, you're not prepared. You're not prepped up enough on starters, or you need to be in a bit earlier. This, that. Sort it out after work and have a beer." And that's how I've always been where I've worked, to be honest.
I think it's a really good way to like approach things like that, especially when it comes to discipline and stuff. It's not, if you scream at someone in the middle of fucking, what do you call it? In the middle of service. That's it. There we go. Look at
Service.
If you scream at people in the middle of service, like, you're saying it in front of everyone else, and that makes them look like a fucking bitch. And they're going to take that the wrong way. Whereas, like you said, if you catch them like after work, have a quick drink, and like, we're still mates, but mate, just need to do this way. And
I think you get more respect doing it that way.
Absolutely.
Like, I've worked a lot of my old head chefs. They wear ball bags and that, and they used to just shout for the hell of it, like say watching too many Gordon Ramsays.
Yeah.
And everyone used to bitch behind their backs. Like, no one respected them at all in the building.
Shit.
So I kind of hope where I was, like, people actually respected me and thought, yeah, he was right. Everything he says, he's right. So
Yeah.
we just got to go with what he says. And
Marlon, we've totally forgotten the guest questions, and you did it, not me for once.
I know. I was going to put them in.
Oh, you got.
Yeah,
shit.
I realised. I realised what I did.
Oh, right. Let's do them now. I've brought it up. Let's do them now. Fuck it. Right then. What is your go-to drink?
Well, I love cider, like,
Thatcher's Katie as well. I've seen that. You've seen one of those. That's
I brought one with me. I walked over, and I do like that because I don't really drink a lot at home, to be fair. But if I do, I like to feel it. If you know what I mean?
If I do,
strong
it's special, bro.
Yeah, well, up the co-op, they used to do 3 of them for whatever. So I used to buy 3. I wouldn't keep them. If I knew I wanted to drink, I'd go to co-op and buy 3.
Yeah.
And then I drank 3 and I knew I had them.
Yeah, you're like me. I don't really get. It sounds weird. Like I've probably said it before on the podcast. I don't keep drinking the house at all. I don't drink weekdays at all. I only drink when I'm like with the boys or if it's like I'm doing something or like, socially. But other than that, I don't drink like if I'm just sat down with a wife. She'll have a beer or a glass of wine or something, but I have no interest in it. But yeah, man, Katie's a fucking one. Thatcher's Katie. You ever done the Katie challenge?
No, what's that?
12 bottles of Katie.
No.
I don't think it's ever ended well.
3 of them and I'm in bed.
I don't think it's ever ended well for anyone that's tried the Katie challenge. I don't recommend it that anyone should try it. It's fucking awful.
What percentage is it?
It's like
7.4.
Fuck, it's more than I thought. Jesus.
I think I get quite bloated. I do like spirits as well. So if I had 3 of them and wanted to carry on drinking, I'd probably go on to like a rum and coke.
Yeah,
like Captain Morgan's. Love that. That's why I can't keep that at home because I will just drink the whole bottle. My missus will wake up and I'm on the sofa like,
yeah, that's the thing. I'm the same. I can't just, that's the thing. I'm not like saying I'm addicted, not at all, but like, I can't just have one pint.
No.
If I'm drinking to have a good time. But like when I'm sat on the sofa watching fucking 10 episodes of Jeff Dahmer, like I can't like just start necking beers. Like, whoa, look at this guy. He's gonna get fucking deaded in a minute. No, it's not really.
Yeah, I don't see the people that go out and have one, or if I want to drink, I'll drink to get pissed.
Yeah, man. I'm the same. I'm like, if I'm drinking, I'm fucking drinking. Yeah. As we found out recently, as I just can't seem to get past 9 o'clock.
Old Buzz Lightweight.
Yeah, fucking.
So, favorite thing to cook?
Favorite thing to cook? I get asked this a lot. Obviously, I love steaks. Probably a ribeye steak is one of my favorites. But simple thing, like I cook I love sausage and mash. We have that probably once a week. That's one of my favorite meals.
I literally had that tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't beat the cottage pies. But I love my seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love seafood.
What's your favorite seafood dish? I like seafood. I was a connoisseur, but I love seafood.
Well, seafood and eat it.
Hey.
We don't have it at home very often because it's expensive, but
it's
scallops. I love scallops. Mussels.
I ain't never done scallops. I've had mussels. I ain't never done scallops.
Yeah, scallops are one of my favourites.
Do you think lobster's overrated?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do as well. Fucking jeez. Get word with my fucking wife in a minute. Because every time we go anywhere, she's like, oh, thank God they got lobster. And I'm like, you're just eating lobster because you know it's expensive. Like, it's all right. It's nice. Does not deserve the fucking price tag.
No.
Give me a crab any day.
Man, I'm a monkfish.
Monkfish.
Nice, yeah. Monkfish don't agree with me, but I just can't help myself. Every time I see it, I'm like, fuck it, I'll deal with the consequences later. It's so good.
Well, what happens when you eat monkfish?
Oh, I just shit through the needle, mate. I know there's something in it.
Anything else? So we've got milk, monkfish.
Too much bread. Yeah, no.
What do you have for dinner? Monkfish sandwich.
Yeah.
Glass of milk and all.
Wash it down with.
Reggie's going to be useless later.
Fuck's sake. I tell you what, I had when I was in Kefalonia last year. Yeah, I reckon last year. I had a swordfish steak. Fuck me, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, proper meaty, innit?
Oh, mate, it's literally like a steak, but slightly more like flaky. Oh, if you ever get a chance, Marlon, get yourself a fucking swordfish steak.
Rog.
Holy shit, they're incredible.
Yeah, I love all stuff like that. We have salmon quite a lot. That's like a cheaper.
Yeah, but salmon's good though. Like I know it's like cheaper because it's like often.
Every time I have salmon, I put it on Snap, like everyone does. Me and my family will send each other what we're having to. And every time I have salmon, it's like 2 bits of salmon is like £3 a Lidl or whatever. Yeah. My dad's like, "Oh, someone's doing well with the business." Oh, Dad, it's fucking salmon. We give Ella, our daughter, salmon. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's not that expensive.
Boring piece of shit.
Oh, someone's done well this week.
They're just salmon having bread and
I don't
dripping.
know, maybe in the old days, like salmon like going out was a bit of a novelty.
It's a bit of a treat because all they used to have back then is like potatoes, really.
Yeah, fucking Bovril. Bovril.
Yeah,
I haven't. Like, is it like it's like a meaty drink, isn't it?
Well, it's gravy in it, really.
Is it just like what the fuck? I've never had it. Like people like joke about it. But I've never had it. I think we should do it.
What's the other Ovaltine?
Next podcast. That's what we'll do.
We'll
get some Bovril on the podcast and see what we reckon. All right. And what's the most mental thing to happen to you on a night out?
Oh God, there's been so many things, and all my mates will laugh. Because a lot of my mates play rugby for Wales, so we do have some serious big nights out, like 40, 50 of us at a time.
Oh, yeah. So, I was at a wedding with some Wales rugby lot the other day. Yeah, I know the score.
Yeah, rugby taught us we normally go rugby. It's funny because I've never played rugby in my life.
What have you got to like?
Well, I tell you, I have once. I lasted about 4 minutes. Dislocate. I came in for my brother who broke his collarbone, and I was just on the side, and they were like, Sean. So I went on. The fucking white trainers on, like And within 4 minutes, I got tackled, and I was in the hospital with fucking broken, dislocated shoulder.
Oh,
That was the first time I played. But I always go on rugby tour every year. I'm a bit of a mascot, just go for the drink and like that.
mascot. Did you go on the most recent one?
No, I haven't been for a couple of years. To be fair. Since
right.
Ella was born, I haven't been, but I used to go every year.
I've heard some tales.
But yeah, the one story when we were there was 3 of it. Like when you're on rugby tour, you're like a legend if you've been before. Or you're a virgin.
Yeah, and the legends have to go with the virgins.
Yeah, and the virgins all weekend they do whatever the legend asks them to do.
So even though you're not, were you a legend?
Yeah, I've
even
been
though
like
you've
about
never
12
played a
times.
day of even though you've never played a day of rugby.
Yeah.
Well, 4 minutes. You're still like, yes, you who gets out on the pitch every fucking Saturday. I'm the king. You're the bitch.
Yeah, it's just a good weekend away. So I used to just go every year. Like, they used to invite me. But yeah, we were out one night, and my virgin actually ended up getting beat the fuck out of him.
Oh shit!
There's 3 of us. We were like, we're always the last one, fucking everyone's in the strip clubs or doing like we're not into that. We just like fucking getting pissed. So we're always in the bar and that, and we're walking home, and these fucking about 6 or 7 black blokes like jumped. They were after something. They ended up jumping on us. They beat the fuck out my virgin. He was about 17, 18 at the time, like literally black eye, fucking bleeding lip.
You have to tell us off the podcast who this is.
And my other mate got beaten black and blue as well. And so the 6 of them all crowded around me, and I didn't know what to do. I'm not a fighter, so I just laid on the floor, pretended to cry. I was like, leave me alone. And I opened my eyes, and they did. They just fucked off. So anyway, I'm getting these other 2 up. I'm like, fucking hell, ringing the ambulance. By this time, all the other boys had come over, and they see these 2, like black and blue, and they look at me, and they're like, Sean, what the fuck happened? And I'm like, mate, I fucking just beat the fuck out of all 8 of them. They were like, yeah, look, there's not a mark on you. I was like, yeah, well, I just beat the fuck out of 8 of them. Blah, blah, blah. And mate, I didn't tell anyone for like 2 years. And then I was like, Sean, what really happened? I was like, oh, I laid on the floor and pretended to cry, and they just went. Yeah, that's always quite a funny one.
Mate, if you've seen 2 of your mates falling in front of you, you just got to be like, how am I going to get out of this? Like, someone's got to be alive to tell this fucking story.
My best mate, his lip was out here, he looked like Daffy Duck. And then the next day, his missus rang, and we were on the bus getting to rugby or whatever. And you know the little hole in the seat on the bus?
Yeah.
On the headrest? He was like that, trying to put...
Not to show her.
Not to show her his lip. It was lit out here, like Daffy Duck talking. And she was like, Tom, have you been punched? And he was like, nah. She was like, let me see your lip. He's like... She's like, what the fuck happened? He's like, oh, I fell down the stairs. Yeah, that was quite a mad one. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff that I probably couldn't say on air, but that was one. There's one that jumped to my head.
Man, that's fucking brilliant. So yeah, sort of getting a bit out of fucking course here, but so what made you pack it in the kitchen, working in the pubs and the restaurants and whatnot?
Well, like I say, I've been doing it a long time now. So started at 15. I'm 35 now. So at the time when I started my own business, I've always felt like I wanted to do my own thing, but I didn't. I sort of got held back a bit because when I started at 15, I worked with who was the head chef then. He went on to manage a golf club. So I was head chef there. That's when I was 23 and was head chef. Worked there for a while. And then he ended up buying a pub. So I worked with the same guy for 15 years. And he was sort of holding me back because he was always promising me like percentage of the business.
I know the score.
Company van. Oh, Sean, you're going to get it all. So I was working my fucking absolute nuts off thinking I'm getting some of this back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Carrot's always just a little bit in front of you. Like.
And I got to, 15 to 30, I worked with this bloke. All over Oxford, like when I was saying earlier off.
Jesus.
Same guy. And I just said to him one day, he bought this pub. He was always in his chef whites. But he was out in the bar getting pissed, chatting to the customers. And I was in there busting my balls.
Yeah.
And I said to him one day, I said, mate, I need a hand in this kitchen. It's no good you putting your chef whites on.
And not doing fuck all.
Yeah, mate, yeah, cleaner white. Do you ever watch Emmerdale?
Yeah.
Cleaner whites and that fucking
fucking,
chef on there. I can't remember his name now.
Marlon.
Yeah.
That's why he's called Marlon.
Yeah. yeah, you know, put the brand new chef jacket on and go out and I'm like, I said to him, mate, I need a hand. I can't fucking do this on my own. I'm doing 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. I can't.
It's too much. Like,
Yeah, so all I said, look, I need another chef. Put an advert out, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. And then he come in the next day with Chef Boy saying, right, what do you want me to do, Sean? And I was like, oh, fucking hell. Right, can you do this, do that, peel all these potatoes, do that. And he did it for like 10 hours, and I thought, oh, fucking hell, that was weird. And then I went home that night, and I thought, no, he's only doing that. Oh, I've got to say, I'll hand him a notice in, because I was like, if you don't get another chef,
right.
if you don't get another chef, I'm handing him a notice in. So then the next day, he come in, worked like a 12-hour shift, worked like a dog. I was like, fuck me. Could have done that before.
Yeah.
And I went home and I thought, no, he's only doing that because I've had him a notice. Like,
Yeah, he's scared.
2 or 3 weeks down the line, he'll be back to normal, back behind the bar.
He's probably, that's it.
So I ended up handing him a notice in. It was a funny story, actually, because I'll give him a written note, I'll give him that verbal notice or whatever, and then I'll come in, give him a little, I said, Andy, mention his name. I'll give you, here's my written notice, blah, blah. My last day is on the 4th of April, whatever. So for them 4 weeks, he was in the kitchen. He was all nicey pally. Oh, do you want to go play snooker after work? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Suddenly a week had gone. It's 3 weeks left. I'm like, still no chef. Blah blah. Do you want to go fishing next week? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Do you want to
Yeah, just
It got to 2 weeks left, and then we had we did have a trainee, but he was like more of a washer upper. I didn't really know it. So got 1 week left, and I said, mate, does he know that I'm going next week? Like, I am literally leaving next week. Does he know? And he's like, oh, I don't think he thinks you're leaving. So when it came to the 4th or whatever, my last Sunday, I've gone up, because I used to stay, we were good mates, so I used to stay there. I had a lot of clothes upstairs, blah, blah. So I've gone around, finished my shift, went upstairs, come down with like a little stalk with a little bag.
like a transient hobo.
Shaking all the staff's hands, saying, nice to work with you, blah, blah, take it easy. And he's like, mate, what are you doing? I said, it's my last shift, isn't it?
Oh, he literally
didn't. And obviously,
was
this
so
was a Sunday.
oblivious.
It's about 8 o'clock on a Sunday. He'd been in drinking all day.
uh,
So by then, he was a bit fucking, started getting all feisty and that, squaring up to me. I was like,
No!
mate. I said, mate, I've given you a verbal notice. I've given you a 4 week written notice. This is the 4 weeks up. What do you mean?
what's going on?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, he
There's no
started
other
fucking
chef there.
squaring up.
Fuck
My
yourself.
brother was washing up and he was like, oh, you can fuck off as well. You're fired. You can fuck off. Fucking. And I was like, mate, what? I've given you a 4 like, this is my last day. And I got in the car and he fucking chased after me down the road and was like nearly crying. He was like, Sean, if this really is your last day, just give me 4 weeks notice. I was like, I fucking did. Fucking did, mate.
really?
I just he's obviously so delusional that he thought just because he was putting in some effort in the kitchen, he thought he was buying himself some time. And
he was a bit of an alky in the end, but I wasted a lot of time. I wasted 15 years of my life there thinking I was going to get, he bought a restaurant outright because of all my hard work doing all the menus. We were at golf club before that, built up from nothing. No one used to eat there to really busy. So all of his success was off my back, and I was thinking I was getting a percentage of that.
Yeah,
and it never happened. So
it's fucking
I wasted a lot of time on that. So I wish I started my own thing in my 20s. So yeah, fast forward a couple of years, and we had our daughter. She was born 2 days after lockdown.
Jesus.
Literally 2 days after 25th of March.
Ooh.
Both first-time parents.
Was that good or bad? I can't work it.
Awful.
Oh, okay. I thought lockdown, you get to spend loads of time with your kids, but
yeah, but we weren't allowed grandparents over. It was literally
shit. Yeah.
For the first 6 months of Ella's life, it was me, Holly, and Ella. Both brand new parents, didn't have a clue what we were doing.
oh,
Yeah,
We couldn't get our grannies round.
I never even thought that. I just thought, you got loads of time to spend with your kid. But I'm like, yeah,
just
I
little
wouldn't have
things like
fucking
Ella was struggling latching on, like breastfeeding, but like normal, you couldn't. Your granny comes around, do this, do that, whatever.
fucking the fucking what do they call them? The person that comes round, the
midwives and stuff.
midwife, house visitor, whatever. Yeah, like usually they help with shit, but
so I think that was what really changed my my whole perspective on life. And I thought, do I really want to go back working 80 hours a week in a restaurant, and never seeing my daughter?
Yeah,
working for someone else making money, which is what always happens.
yeah.
Or do I want to do my own thing? And I still didn't know what I wanted to do, but I thought, fuck it, I want to do my own thing. I'll do something. I'll do something from home. I mean, the brownies and that, they did sort of come by chance. To be fair, I was quite lucky how it fell into that sort of thing. I made a Kinder Bueno brownie once for me and Holly, just for us during lockdown.
Yeah.
Put it on Snapchat. kindergarten, and of course everyone's on furlough, aren't they? So everyone's sat at home.
Everyone's
on
going through
shit,
everything.
yeah.
fucking no one's working. They're all getting 80% for fucking sat at home doing fuck all.
Guns.
They're like, "Oh, you selling them?" I was like, "Can do. How much you want to pay?" And they're like, "I don't know what." And I'm like,
How much you want?
£3 each, 4 for a tenner. Yep. And then that's how it started. I used to drive around to their house. There's 4 brownies. There's, and it just spiraled out of nowhere. Fucking everyone was on it. Like it just went great. Well, to be fair, going back a little bit, before that, I started up a Facebook page called Sean the Chef, and I used to just do, because I've always been a grafter, and I was on furlough at the time, and we just had a daughter, but I still couldn't just sit around all day and do fuck all. I was so bored. So I just started, every time I was cooking me and Holly tea, I started recording it. It was just literally me on my iPhone. That was it. I didn't know how to fucking edit videos, nothing, but I was just making
tutorial type job, or
I was doing tutorials, like recipes, and I was working out how to use iPlayer, iMovie, or whatever it's called, and I was putting up little videos like, this is how you do this. And then I started off doing quite fancy things, thinking, I'm a chef, this is how you make this. But people would message me, can you show me how to do crispy roast potatoes or triple cooked chips? So I ended up, I've lost the page now. I'll go into that later if someone hacked me, but I had about 150 videos over the space of 6 months, 7, 8 months. Just, like potato salad, like anything I made, I videoed it basically.
Yeah.
So I built up quite a big following off that, and I was on the local radio and stuff, BBC Somerset, and
Were you be fucked?
yeah. So that's how from that Facebook page, I
thought you had pretty good fucking mic etiquette. I thought, like, where's he been before tonight talking to this thing?
That's a side of me. But no, I had a big Facebook following, and then when I started the brownie business, I could just say, right, all head over here, and so straight away I had 2,000 followers, local customers. So yeah, I was quite lucky with that, really. But it was due to my hard work, rather than sit on my ass playing Xbox or stuff,
yeah. Like I always think this, like, it wasn't the same for me, not really the same for you, Marlon, but there were a lot of people out there that had all this time, and it was like, I won't lie, if I was given that sort of time, I probably would sit on my fucking ass, but I'd probably get the garden done like a lot of people did, do a bit of DIY, get the car fixed up.
I'd rebuilt a bike.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people out there that were like, what am I going to fucking do? Like, what I got to do something, like something not just productive, but something that's going to like better my life. Like yourself, Sean, like, whether it was sort of by accident or by purpose, there's a lot of people out there who are like, I'm going to fucking do this, and this is the time to do it, because I realized that, what am I going to do?
I was generally, it just started off me helping people. So, when bear in mind, this is just when lockdowns hit, so no one knew what the fuck was going on. When you were going to the supermarkets like once a week and you had to fucking your fridge.
Oh, yeah.
You come back, you got fucking 5 chickens, 7 icebergs and stuff like that.
That's it.
So I started off doing little videos like, this is the best way, how to do your weekly shop, how to get everything in for 1 week.
In one hit.
In one hit.
Yeah.
So you're not getting fucking the virus, blah, blah, blah. Store some backup things in the freezer, and then shred your iceberg like this. Don't cut it because it goes brown. Like shredding it, wash it, put it in a tub. That'll last 7 days. Because everyone just leaves their iceberg lettuce in the packet, don't they, in the fucking salad drawer?
Mate, yeah,
I don't know. I've never had an iceberg lettuce in my fridge.
Oh, my missus has got this great thing. It's brilliant. What we do is we buy loads of fruit and veg, and then a week later we just throw it all out. It's fantastic,
Chief does that, yeah.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's because they think they're being healthy, and just by buying it, they think they're being healthy. And then when it comes to, like, you've done the next shop, and you bring it home, and then what you do is, like, you got to clear out the fridge of, like, the few little bits. I always think it's like little bits and bobs because she's generally done it before I get back. And then I'm like, oh, okay, we're just throwing out all the old fruit and veg that we didn't use or you've ate. Like,
Chief's bought
a bag of carrots and used 2 of the cunts. Oh, go on.
So she buys like pre-chopped everything now.
Oh, it does my nut. It doesn't. Holly buys them carrot battens. I'm like, it's fucking £1.49. A carrot is 20p.
That's it. Like 3 peppers are what, 60p?
Mm.
And you get these like this tiny little plastic box of pre-cut peppers. It's like £2.
No.
But that's how lazy the world's got. Like, fair play for them for fucking thinking of that. Like,
yeah, well, that's it. They're
chopped fucking onion. I'm like, as a chef, I'm like looking at it like, who the fuck was that?
I bought a slap chop. I'm good.
I've yet to experience the slap chop.
Oh, it's a game changer.
What is your opinion of the slap chop?
Oh, is that the old?
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't used it, but yeah, it looks good on the nearly. I love my little gadget. My brother asked me because I was during lockdown. I was just buying anything that was popping up. Oh, look at this! Look at this! And he's like, "It's fucking shit, mate." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is. It doesn't even work." But yeah, I did look at that. It looks right. Yeah,
It's really good, and it's really cheap now because it's available in the UK. I think it's about a tenner.
Oh, really? I will give it a go, but I don't know. There's something about a sharp knife and chopping vegetables.
No,
that I
yeah,
fucking
onions
love.
especially need to be deleted quickly.
No, man. If you know how to chop, like I'm talking. Look at me talking like a fucking chef here, sat next to a professional. Like, mate, there's a way to chop an onion. I really enjoy like chopping vegetables because I don't know. I find it really therapeutic. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, just like
That's what-
Slicing a knife through something.
Yeah, like and chicken and shit. Like,
You're going to be the next Netflix documentary.
big Reggie.
Yeah, that's what. Going back to like I was doing videos like I don't know beef Wellington and stuff like that, and people were like, "Mate, can you just do a video of how to chop an onion?"
Fuck,
So that's what. And to be honest,
sad,
mate,
isn't it?
if I honestly think if I had the proper setup, it wasn't just me and the iPhone. Like you couldn't even see my face; it was just my
you just sort of holding it or
or a
propping it up somewhere.
little tripod. But if I carried on that like properly, like got a camera and set up in the kitchen,
You make the money
Yeah.
through YouTube, never have to sell
so,
fuck
you know,
all. Like,
fucking everyone's got recipe books out now, and they've done like 3 things, and it's gone viral. And like, oh, this is how you put something in the air fryer. You know,
Yeah.
I think I could have carried that on. That page ended up getting hacked, and I've lost all the content off it.
no, you don't have
Yeah.
no backup or nothing.
nothing.
Oh fuck.
I basically because all my videos were just hundreds of clips, and then put into iMovie
Oh,
to make one movie.
Yeah.
I didn't have any like of
raw
the
footage.
raw
Yeah.
footage saved.
Oh, cunt.
And even though, like, when I started the brownie business, I didn't put any content out for 18 months, but I was still getting hundreds and hundreds of views on that page every.
Shit.
Right.
And people still message me now, mate. Where's your egg fried rice recipe gone?
Oh,
And I'm like, mate, it's gone. Like people.
thing
were-
is now lockdown's over. You don't have the time to do it, do you?
No,
Especially
I
with your
physically
kid
haven't
and
got
stuff.
time. I'd love to carry on doing that. Because it was helping a lot of people out, and people were loving it. And I used to get a lot of messages, like say about the fried rice or just simple little recipes I had on there. And I was getting hundreds and hundreds of views a week, even though I hadn't posted on it for 18 months.
Fucking hell. Man, isn't it? No, I'll be deadly honest with you here, Sean, right? I wouldn't say I'm good at cooking. I'm not. I'd know I'm pretty good at frying shit. I'd like to say I'm fucking shit hot at frying stuff. Like I can do when it comes to like, you know, enchiladas. I love Mexican food. You know, all that shit is done in a frying pan.
Yeah.
I'm fucking mad for that. But the one thing I'm fucking awful at is if it involves boiling water and like stuff going in boiling water. Like I don't understand when it's done. I don't get it. Like when it's
You
peas
throw
or-
the spaghetti at the wall.
yeah, but everyone's like, oh, there's a little trick to that. And I'm like, I always do the trick and it never ends up right, like a potato. Like, they're like oh, some knife's got to fall through it. And I'm like, I don't know, I just suck at it.
Yeah.
Half of me's like, because I think I probably got it wrong a few times. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. I'm fucking shite. Like, I don't know. Is there any like...
A thing like that, you can't really say boiling for 10 minutes exactly. 'cause
No, this is it,
it's
because,
all
like-
depends on the size,
That's it.
the variety of
And,
potato.
and like you get what your gas is and this,
Yeah,
that, whether you're
there's
cooking
so many
on
variables.
induction.
So
Yeah.
that only comes with experience. Like the more you do it, you're like, yeah, that's done. You realise that you take it out too early, it wasn't done. So then the next time you do it a bit longer. Like that only comes with experience. Like you can roughly say about 10, 15 minutes for certain things, but you know,
I think it's just,
all with experience.
just a matter of
Yeah.
case of me just keeping
and just
on
practice
trying.
makes
and-
perfect at the end of the day. Yeah.
I mean, I am a pro at enchiladas. I won't lie. Or, you know, fajitas, I'm the god. As long as you're not my wife who hates spicy shit. I'd put like 2 drops of Tabasco in there. She's like, oh, where's the sour cream? I can't now. And, oh, fuck's sake. I've poured my heart and soul into this and chopped peppers for 2 hours, man.
This is, my friends, an outrage.
Oh, dear. Right. All right. It's a good time to cut a break. We'll go get a beer of the week. I'm going to have a piss and we'll be back shortly. Right. Peace.
Don't forget to moisturise. Reg, taxes are bad.
Well, taxes aren't bad, but they kind of suck.
I mean, I don't want to pay them. I want to pay as little as possible.
I think everyone does, don't they?
So, what's the next step? Where do we go from here?
Well, I'd say is to get in touch with a decent fucking accountancy firm, which would be the one, the only, Orley Fox Chartered Accountants. You've heard him. It's fucking Kieran. He's the managing director. He's the fucking accountant that you want to go for a pint with because he's a fucking legend. Imagine that guy doing your books. You look forward to your accounts meeting every
That's
year.
it.
He'd be like, great, let's go to the pub, let's look at some figures and work out what we're going to do, and let's make some fucking, jokes that probably shouldn't be said around anyone else. I can't imagine my accountant saying things like that in front of other people, but what the fucking legend that Kieran is. So,
why do accountants all have to be like doom and
I don't
gloom?
know, they're not, man. He's just so fucking chill. He's laid back, and not only that, he's obviously fucking fantastic at what he does. He wouldn't be the managing director of a firm if he wasn't. So
Exactly that.
if you have the need for a decent accountant, or if you're just fucking tired of getting absolutely rinsed on your accountancy bill, get in touch with Orly Fox. Because why, Marlon? Why would you get in touch with them? What are they going to do for the listeners of this podcast?
So they are going to beat anything you currently pay. That's
by 15%.
Mine.
Ooh, it is the inflation busting deal of the century from Orly Fox.
It's a deal, it's a steal, it's a sale of the fucking century.
So get in touch with them at Kieran at www.orlyfox.co.uk, or you can hit them up on their socials at Orly Fox. The link is in our bio on Instagram. The link is in the description of this episode. If you're in need of a decent accountant, we've already had multiple people hit up us on Instagram and be like, I've been looking for a decent accountant. I'm going to get in touch. Like, boom, let's go. Get it done.
Do it.
Support the people that support this podcast. And the fact that we are sponsored by a chartered accountant is something I never envisaged happening. But
Ever.
I am fucking happy that we are, because we met Kieran. We know Kieran. He's a fucking champion. So we're proud to be sponsored by them, and we're glad to be working together. So, boof, hit them up. Let's go. Marlonus, beer of the week. What we got?
So, sorry, Carol, if I mispronounce this. It's Namislau, which is a Pils Polish lager.
Yes. I don't really know much more else than that with it. It's all in. He's opened the beer. He's done it. He's done it. He's broken the golden rule. I'm nearly going to get the other one out of the fridge. I'm nearly going to do it. You're the only man to have ever have done that. The listeners will burn you at the stake for this. Don't worry.
Done it wrong.
It's okay. Well, I'll forgive you. I could have even cut that mic out and just not known that you've done it, but I wanted to make a thing about it because I'm a cunt.
I just wanted to get it. It sounded so nice.
I couldn't help myself.
I'm salivating.
So, without any further ado, Marlanis, if you could please, Polish accent, can I do it? Read the marketing bullshit. Hey, not bad. Kind of Russian, kind of Polish, somewhere there.
She's a strong boy at 5.8%.
Fuck it, Jesus Christ.
This beer is based on traditional production methods, such as open fermentation vats, which the brewery maintains and cherishes to make its unique taste.
Open fermentation, now that is weird.
Pilsner packaging also refers to the tradition of Namislau Brewery, its regional character, and the authenticity of its origin.
Wow. That's
something.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's descriptive. I like open fermentation. I've never heard of that before. I'm just going to keep talking so Marlon could just stay there with his finger primed on the fucking trigger. Yeah, open fermentation is quite interesting, really, because fuck you. All right, let's get into it and see what we fucking think.
Definitely a Pils.
Oh, that's strong. Open fermentation is interesting because most fermentation has to take place within a sealed vessel where oxygen can't get to what you're trying to ferment.
That's it, because when it
just goes bad. It goes,
Yeah.
Instead of like fermenting, it just goes to shit. I don't really understand quite what happens. I sounded really like I knew what I was on about there. In my mind, I know what happens, but I can't get it across, which is great for the podcast.
It's been going for 700 years. 1321 to 2021. 700 lat.
700 lat.
No, that's the price.
That's
Roger.
It's got a bit of an aftertaste.
It has, hasn't it?
it's kind of like a turbo pilsner. That's how I describe it. It's like someone's got a pilsner and punched it in the face and be like, "You're not man enough for this family, you little bitch."
Just like you say, it just tastes strong, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's like it is kind of like I'd say what it's like. It's like that fucking Carlsberg extra strong elephant we had off Holly Giles, crossed with like a Pilsner Urquell. I'd say it's probably closer to Pilsner Urquell than like a Budvar. It's got a real sort of hot, super turbo fucking.
I can't work out that aftertaste.
That's kind of
ass.
I quite like it, man. I love a strong beer, especially if it tastes good.
I don't know. I think thinking like cherry or something. Like I'm getting some fruity note.
Wow, he's the man here. I mean, fuck me. I don't know why I do beer review, because I sit here just smoking Marlboro Reds and Benson's Gold for the whole episode. It's gone through half a pack in an hour, and I'm like, yeah, I can definitely taste the mango in this. Not a fucking clue. Not a fucking clue.
I'm not much of a beer drinker, to be honest. So
Nah, but it's good. It's good to get an opinion from a cider man. I mean, I've been on cider for the last few months, but you know,
when I was younger, I used to drink beer, and then I used to drink cider in the summer.
yeah,
And then back onto the beer or lager.
yeah, same as that's how
That's
I
how I
pretty much
started.
am. Yeah.
And then I just liked cider more, so just drank that.
So where are we at then, Marlon? Do you want to
I
kick us
don't
off?
know. I don't know.
I had this when your mate fucking Bugs had it round your place back long, and I was like, I like it, and I still like it now.
I mean, it's all right. Yeah, it's drinkable without a doubt. It's nice. It's smooth-ish.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like overly harsh. It is,
But it
smooth.
is
It's-
turbo juice.
it's turbo sending juice.
But strangely, the more I drink it, the more I like it.
Yeah, the easier it goes down.
Go on then, Marlon. Give me a number.
All right, I'm going to start off with a 4.
Ooh, yeah,
It's nice. It's smooth. It's cold.
Yeah, man, that's where I'm going to join you. I'm definitely on a 4 on that one. That's like it's not like amazing, not super fucking great.
It's not Bud Light territory.
Nah, it's
but
good. Man, it's just good. I like it. It's solid. It's good beer. It's strong. It's pilsnery. Strong. Yeah, good. Right.
Yeah, I was going to go one up. I was thinking about 5.
What? Out of 5?
Oh, out of 5?
Oh, mate, it's a
Yeah, it was out of 10.
TripAdvisor review, man. It's out of 5, you madman.
Oh, yeah, I'll go 4 then.
Yeah?
Well, that doesn't really go with my point. I was going to say 5 out of 10. No, I'll go a bit lower.
No, see what you want.
3.
Yeah?
Three.
3. All right, then. 4, 4, 3. Rule of averages, we'll call that a 4. Sweet. So that is, how do you pronounce it all?
Nami Slough.
Rog?
So shout out to Bugs for supplying this for us.
Very much. Thank you for that. Sweet. Right, we'll get back into it. So starting up the dessert business, you said just before the break that it was just a case of you made some brownies for just for your daughter, or for your
Yeah. For me and the missus, yeah, I just
Missus,
made
sorry.
a Kinder Bueno one. And just put it on Snapchat, and everyone was like, you selling them? So yeah, it spiraled out of nowhere because I was, like I said, everyone was sat at home on the phone. I was delivering to people's houses. And because no one was allowed out there, and because it was my work,
Oh shit!
I
Yeah.
was
you're
allowed to
still
go
allowed to-
deliver. I was allowed to go to Tesco's instead of once a week because it was shopping for ingredients. I was going 5-6 times a week
Hey.
just to get brownie stuff. So yeah, it just worked. Just like I say, like being head chef from 23, I've always had pastry chefs and dessert chefs.
Yeah.
I've never.
That
Really,
was never something you fucked with then.
no, it's not. That's what I mean. Like people that know me and work me, they're like, "What the?" Like they text me, going, "I can't believe you're fucking you're making brownies for a living." Like, obviously,
something totally out of your wheelhouse.
yeah,
then.
like obviously start like training to be a chef. I made the basic stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I did a couple of years doing the desserts and stuff like that. But it was mainly the savory side from my 20s to, for the last 12, 13 years. It was all the savory stuff. So I never really touched the desserts. I always had people to do that. But yeah, I've always been like, when I put my mind to something, I can, my dad always said when I wanted to be a chef, he's like, I don't care if you work for like Subway, just make sure you're the best fucking sandwich artist or whatever they call themselves. Do you
They
know what I
are
mean?
artists.
So yeah, I knew if I put my mind to something, I do it.
Yeah.
I knew I can pretty much do anything as long as I'm dedicated to it. And like nowadays, you've got so much resources on your phone, you can learn anything. Like
Yeah, we said this before on the podcast. Like, there's so much out there, so
Yeah.
much knowledge and wisdom that you can just.
that's
pull
why
from.
I hate when people, my younger brothers now, or someone, I'm bored. Why are you bored? You can go on you can learn anything. You can learn a new hobby, learn a new skill.
Like,
Like
sit on YouTube for a few hours. You
Yeah.
can learn how to rebuild a tumble dryer,
yeah.
as I've done.
So yeah, so that's basically what I did. I just stuck my head into it and just started, researching a bit more. And then a lot of the things I do, people see me in the markets now, and they're like, "How the fuck do you come up with this stuff?" And I'm like,
That's what we're gonna ask.
Yeah.
like honestly, most of the time I'm just led in bed. Holly will tell you, I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I've got to either run down because I'm still quite old school. I like writing things
Writing
down.
stuff down. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I found all my recipe books like from when I was training, like 17. I've still got them all at home.
Wow.
Because that's how, going back to when I was head chef, I always used to say to them, bring a book in tomorrow because I was telling them, I know this is how we do this. It's 50 grams of this, blah, blah, blah. I said, tell you what, bring a book in tomorrow, mate, and write it all down tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then after a few goes of doing it, you'll know, like most of my recipes now for the brownies, because I do them so many times, I just know it's 350 of this, it's that.
Yeah.
I can't even look at the books. I've got them all written down. And my chefing background has helped me with that, and it's good to, I can write the whole recipe down, know how much one portion of brownie cost me in ingredients.
Yeah.
So all of that background's helped me with it. But yeah, it's basically sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh, what if we chuck a load of Mars bars and melt them down, chuck some Rice Krispies in and put it on top of a brownie? or if I'm going around Tesco's and I see, like, they got the club card prices and
deals,
you're like, they got
fuck it, yeah, I'll buy 10 of them.
What can I make? How can I make that into a dessert or a brownie or a blonde? Like, I'm always trying to think. It's not it because I don't have time to, like I say, I don't have time to look on my phone and look at what other people are doing. So most of it is just make it all up as I go along.
Riffing it, the whole thing.
I like that.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but people come out to the markets and they're like, how the fuck do you think of this? I'm like, I don't know where it comes from, but I wake up in the middle of the night and I write it down on my phone or write it down on a bit of paper, and then the next day I'll try. Like some of my recipes, they've taken, like I did a creme brulee blondie. That took me about 6 months to get. Like I wanted to do
nail
it.
it down.
I knew what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it, because I was selling creme brulees in, like, them little goo ramekins.
Yeah, man. Yeah, another ones.
So I was putting on Marketplace saying, because they're always on offer. I was like, has anyone got any of these ramekins? And people were like, oh, I got 10, I got 20. And I was driving around the whole of Somerset fucking picking them up. Because I started off, I bought some off eBay, and they were costing me anywhere between 50p and say 75p a ramekin.
Oh, fucking hell.
So
Most people are chucking them out in the recycling.
Yeah, so I put on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not selling, but has anyone got any of these? And fuck me, the amount of people
Really?
all over the place taunting, and I was driving down to pick up fucking 30. So yeah,
It's weird though, isn't it? Because like I'm the same. If I have one of those, I'm like, oh, it's too good to throw out. That is like, you can't chuck. I don't chuck that in the recycling. I'll put that to a side. I guarantee I got 4 of the fuckers in there now.
Oh, everyone's got a little cupboard. They're like, I'm not chucking it out. That'll come in handy someday.
Oh, mate, yeah, the thing that the brie comes in, the little fucking porcelain dish, got that fucking thing as well, whatever it's clay.
What fucking Jesus Christ?
I'll tell you
cunts.
One thing I did learn about them goo pots is quite handy actually. A pot of Pringles.
Yeah.
The plastic lid.
Yeah.
That fits on one of them goo ramekins perfectly.
No.
So if you wanted to store something in the fridge, like you got a few olives left, or you put that lid on, it clips on perfectly, airtight, put it in the fridge, you can store stuff in there.
That's a game changer.
Probably something to do with the sort of the radius of it being a certain amount, that it fixed a certain amount of those in a box and a certain amount of those boxes on a lorry. It's probably something like that.
Yeah, so if you do have hundreds of them and you wonder what to do, you can
hit me up.
And you got hundreds of Pringles, then combine the two together, you got a nice little dish there. But I was making these creme brulees and I was making a blondie, and I was like, how the fuck can I, because the thing is, they cook 2 different types. Like a creme brulee, you have to cook in a water bath.
Do you?
Yeah, so you put your tray, you fill it with water, put your ramekins in there, and that basically stops, obviously water boils at 100 degrees.
Yeah.
So you put the oven on, say 140. In theory, the inside of them creme brulees shouldn't get over 100 because you're cooking it in water.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And that's what stops it curdling. But with a blondie, you have to cook it like 175, 180. So totally different, and no water, it's just pure heat. So yeah, that one.
This sounds like it was a personal challenge more than
it was.
There wasn't a mass market for this. You were like, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah, I should have given up 3 or 4 months.
They told me it couldn't be done.
But yeah, I just kept trying. I was like, and then eventually, after about 6 months, I cracked it, and I did this creme brulee brownie and blondie. Sorry, I mean, I've seen other people do it since, and they're not creme brulee. It's not a creme brulee.
Oh, it's kind of like
they put like, I don't know, custard. What's that custard called? Like squeeze load of custard on, and burn the sugar on top. Oh, creme brulee brownie, and then it's like, no, that's just ambrosia custard poured in.
A little bit burnt shag.
Or the old oxyacetylene over some brown sugar, like.
Yeah, so a lot of them it's all trial and error as well. So people don't realise how much time and effort. Like,
I bet.
No, into perfecting a dish.
Yeah, there's a lot of bakers. There's a lot of home bakers that started during lockdown, and they read one Delia Smith book or what's
The
that?
Great
She's
British
banging
Bake Off,
though.
whatever.
She's good, yeah.
Delia Smith.
Jane
You're
Patissier or whatever.
you're thinking of the wrong woman. You're thinking
no, I'm
Nigella Lawson,
yeah,
you damn
yeah.
cunt. Delia Smith.
Microwave.
Oh, the microwave.
That's it, microwave. Oh, shut up, you cunt.
Yeah, so there was a lot of people like Jane Patissier, whatever, she's got a book out, and people were just copying her recipes. And just out of lockdown, suddenly there was millions of home bakers. And
I was going to say, this is what I was going to ask you. Where has this explosion come from? Like, if there's no home bakers, but also like people that, like yourself. I'm not like saying chucking you in with the crowd, but this whole everyone, everyone's got a fucking kitchen, having a go at baking, selling stuff on social media. Do you see a lot of stuff like there's not a lot of people start and sort of trail off after a couple of months, sort of thing?
Well, the thing is, during lockdown, there was every day you go to marketplace, brownies for
someone's
sale, blah,
making
blah.
something.
Yeah, but they soon realised like they were looking at what other people are selling them for and then trying to undercut them. But then they soon
That's
realised,
a race to the bottom.
yeah. And like I say, because my chefing background, I knew this is what it cost me. I'm using all the best ingredients because I've got all my RD Johns or trade accounts.
Yeah.
I'm not just getting Tesco's or buying like their chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm getting the finest Belgian chocolate. I'm getting so I've already got a head start. I'm getting all the finest ingredients. So my stuff's obviously going to taste better. And then putting my passion and love into that on top of the, so I'm already onto a winner. And there was a lot of companies just buying like Lidl's chocolate, trying to do a brownie, putting out for like £1 a brownie. And then, people would buy it. Of course they would when it first started.
They buy it once. Yeah.
Buy it once and then think, no, that's crap. I can do better myself. So then they were just getting bankrupt or
just fucking
doing
giving
other things,
packing it in like.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a lot of these people are just like, I sort of say more power to them, but like people are just trying to make £1, aren't they, during lockdown, trying anything to do anything. But, not only that, you got like when it comes into it, it's like food safety and shit like that.
That's the thing. Yeah,
that was one of
a lot of that was happening. Obviously, there's a lot of things behind it. Like when I had that Sean the Chef page, people were messaging me, look, I want to start my own business. Can you help me out on what you need to do to get your health and safety and your, to do all this legally, you have to be registered with a local council.
Yeah.
Stuff like
right. Okay.
So if you type in Sean the Chef, food hygiene level, it come up 5-star, and you can search other businesses and stuff like that. So like that is one of the first steps to starting your own business. You need that, and there was a lot of people trying to do it without that, and it's just no.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. Well, it's illegal, isn't it? At the end of the day.
I mean, brownies they're not considered. They're considered quite a safe food. It's not like raw meat you're going to kill someone, but you still could potentially, and especially with the allergens and all the laws now on like labeling with allergens.
May contain nuts and all that. Gluten.
You could kill someone. Do you know what I mean? So do you want to risk it for fucking tenner's worth of brownies?
No, because you can get some serious fucking shit. And the thing is, once they, like we were saying with Kieran, like they start pulling on that thread, they're like, oh, right, so you haven't got food safety. Oh, you also are not registered as a business. Oh, and you also haven't done this. And then you're into a fucking world of shite just from thinking you can knock up a few batches of brownies and smack them on the Facebook marketplace.
No, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that probably a lot of people don't realise what goes on, what you have to get to do it all legal.
I'm assuming you might have to be insured to a certain degree as well.
Yeah, so I've got £5 million cover public. This is since I started doing more markets. To be fair, I did have £1 million cover, and then I had to, when I started doing all the markets and the big events, I needed at least £5 million cover.
Is that in case somebody trips over something and then hits a something and then hits something else and then falls under
and then
a car?
peanut falls in the mouth?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah, it's all health and safety. Like it's just to cover the worst extreme things that could happen. I mean, going back to the allergens, there was a couple of years ago. I don't know if you heard about that woman that had a sandwich from Pret.
No.
She had a nut allergy. Had a sandwich from Pret. I don't know if it was on an airplane or something. But her name was Natasha. And she ended up, they were like, no, there's no nuts in this. And she ended up having a serious reaction and dying.
Oh, fuck.
So they brought out a law called Natasha's Law, which is where like anything that's pre-packed, so when you get all your sandwiches on the shelf, your Mars bars, that's why it's got a list of every single ingredient. If anything is pre-packed to sell, because of Natasha's Law, you have to list every single ingredient and allergens on there. So yeah, a lot of people don't realise that we're
Well, that
Yeah.
makes sense though, doesn't it? Surely, like if you're going to buy something and you've got an allergy to something, you need to know what's in it.
Yeah.
To be fair, this law only came out as I want to say last year, maybe 18 months ago. So I'd already started my business, and then this law came out. So I was a
fuck.
bit like,
Oh
fuck,
shit!
you know,
yeah.
I need to do all this now. So that was a bit of a learning curve as well for me as well. You know, a couple of times you have to tell them in three points. So like on my menu on Facebook, I put the bracket.
I've seen that. Yeah, you got like the
allergens and
brackets.
brackets.
Stuff's in there. Yeah.
I only started doing that. Like I'd been going probably nearly a year before that law came out. So like one day I had a Snickers brookie on there, and I forgot to put contains nuts.
Shit.
And someone messaged me saying, does the Snickers brookie contain nuts?
And you're kind of
And I
like,
was like, fuck's sake, if it didn't, it would be a fucking Mars bar brookie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't say that.
listen, you daft cunt.
You know what I mean?
If you're looking for a lawsuit, you've probably found it. You fucking idiot. Oh, mate.
But yeah, but that to be fair, that's what I wanted to say. But I'm like, oh fuck, I'm so sorry. Like I'm new to this law as well.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
People's trying to catch you out, innit? There's always
Yeah.
someone trying to bring you down. Fucking cunts.
mm.
So you're saying like you do markets and stuff. What does your house look like leading up to a market?
Oh, my house, full stop. Holly hates it. Well, we got a little 2-bed. We got a 2-year-old daughter, so she's got her own room. But she's, like I said earlier, she's still in our room. But she starts off in the bed next to the bed, and then she's normally in our bed by midnight. So I'm like, well, she doesn't sleep in her room, so it's literally filled with cake boxes,
Well, you're not
Packaging.
fucking using it.
chocolate. You know, like literally, you can't even get into her room. And Holly's like, "Fucking look at the state of this room." Like, well, she doesn't sleep in there. Get in her own room. Get in her own room, and I'll start taking that out.
It's just a storage
But
unit.
that's just one room. The attic's full with stuff.
No, really?
Like I was saying earlier, in our front room, by the television. This was one of the first fridges I got actually, because obviously being in the brownie industry, they all have to go in the fridge. I can't.
They
that's
can't
just,
stay out. No.
So when I first started, I had a little fridge, and then as I grew, I got another fridge, and I had nowhere to put it. So Holly came back from work one day, and I've just got it, and it's not a fridge freezer, but it's just a really tall fridge. It's like a fridge freezer, but it's just fridge.
6 foot fridge. Right?
Yeah. So we got she comes home one day, and it's literally just in the front room by the television.
You're an animal.
It's like,
You're a
what
fucking
the fuck's that? I'm like, oh, it's a new fridge base. What the fuck's it doing now? Well, where the fuck's it going to go? Do you know what I mean? So she's there trying to watch EastEnd, and it's one of them noisy bastards. Where I was like,
The compressor kicks in. You said you have how many fridges in your garden?
I think I got six and a freezer outside now as well. So my dad came over. Like before my dad came over, I was just had an extension lead out the window, plugged in a fridge.
Mate.
Middle of winter, it's fucking -5, and it's literally freezing because the window's wide open because there's an extension lead going out there. The fridge, I had all the extension leads and that wrapped up in about 20 black bags because, like you say, it was raining. You know, I did have a couple of fridges blow up. Then I had to buy new fridges.
I can't imagine how.
But it was like needs must. Like the business was expanding, and I needed.
it.
So I rang up my dad and said, "Look, he's an electrician. He's quite handy with carpentry and all sorts of stuff." So he come over. He built like a little out shed, put all the outside sockets, and we ended up stacking like 2. They're like under counter fridges, but we got 2 on top of each other. So it's like one. We got 4 rows of them now.
I want to see this. I want to see this so badly.
The neighbours think I'm like the biggest drug dealer because the amount of people turn up to my house at like 10 o'clock at night. I'm getting out, giving them a little box. They handing me some money. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's mental.
That's killed me. I just can't get over it. So like, obviously, it's like butter, milk, chocolate. So all of this shit's got to be in the fucking fridge, plus the fucking finished product, I suppose.
Yeah. Plus all the brownies when they're made. Yeah.
Promise me you
everything.
don't do this in like a standard kitchen oven.
Yeah.
Oh my fuck.
Just a single
Yeah.
din.
I did.
Single din. Anyone who knows cars is going to know what the fuck you're on about.
It is.
Single din. From this day forth, cooker shall be referred to as din and double din.
Well, I didn't know what this fucking
mate.
measurement
When I
was.
first started, I was on a single din, as you say. It was a gas oven when I first started. So in a gas oven, the heat rises to the top.
Yeah.
So basically, when I first started, for the first 6 months, I could only cook one tray of brownies at a time.
On the bottom.
Yeah.
One on the top, because the top was the hottest.
So you
Heat rises, dumbass.
Yeah,
It
but,
rises, so the middle's not hot enough.
oh, right, okay.
If you do two at once, the bottom would be...
Thermodynamics, Marlon. All right. Learn.
I was doing that for about 6 months, 8 months, and then I ended up replacing the oven and getting an electric fan one so I could cook 2 or 3 trays
Yeah.
all at the same time. So that was just progression. Like, as the business grew, I was just putting all the profits back into buying stuff that would make it easier for the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what, going back to like when people ask me about starting a business and that, like, people think you need to have lots of money to start. I didn't have nothing. Like, I literally started with about 60 quid, bought 45 quid's worth of ingredients, made some brownies, sold that for like 90 quid, and just carried
It
that.
grew and grew and grew.
Yeah. You don't need money, but it does help. But the only thing you need is time. So that's what I say to people about starting your own business. Sean the chef was 2 years old, like 2 weeks ago. So
Really?
I've been doing it 2 years now, and it's only starting to pay for itself now. You know what I mean? It's
Hey, join the club. Welcome
Yeah.
to the podcast. Literally the same as us.
well, they do say, don't they, like 3 years in business. So even this year, I'm still going to take, like, I bought a van last week, a couple of weeks ago. That was all. I did some really big events, like Midsummerset Show. Really, really, my biggest event. Sold 1,500 brownies in one day.
Oh, wow.
But to be fair, every time I've seen you on Instagram, you're like, "Oh, I'm at this fucking thing." La 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 la. And then I check back an hour later. You're like, "It's all sold. Don't even
sold
bother
out."
coming down. Just there's nothing else here worth a wank. I'm the king.
Nothing left.
You're like, it's gone. It's all gone. Just don't even. But if you're coming to see me, don't bother. It's all gone. Like, so people just go mad for it.
Yeah,
man.
people
Like,
have gone mad. I got such a good name for it now. But then, like, going back to, I'm just investing. So I had a really good couple of events, but all that money went into a van, which is going to make the events easier
yeah.
than putting it all into my car or getting lifts off my mum and dad or Holly's mum. So even this might be my 3rd year. I'm hopefully looking to get a unit at some point
That'd be
and
fucking
move
brilliant,
out the
mate.
house. So then, if anyone's starting a business, like 2 to 3 years, don't expect to see any
No, don't.
Yeah, that's it, no.
Nothing. Don't expect to see a
income,
damn penny.
You know what I mean? I'm hoping after next year, because I still haven't got a website. Because I'm doing a lot from home, I could have got a website. My brother is good at computers, but I physically can't keep up with the demand locally.
So let alone let it go
let
any
alone
further.
branch
Yeah.
out.
If I had a website, it'd just be like sold out, sold out, sold out.
Yeah, which you wouldn't be able
Because
to
I'm a
keep up
one-man
with.
man, I literally do everything as well. So hopefully going into my 3rd year, well, 2nd or 3rd year, I'll be able to get a unit, get some staff, get a website, and then start pushing because I do post them all over the UK.
Yeah, I've seen you do postal orders.
How
and
does
shit.
that work? Posting
because,
food? I've never.
If you think about it, like realistically, if you post it first class,
I
it's
don't know.
only,
It depends. Are they on strike or not?
Yeah, I've had a nightmare 2 weeks. I've had to refund so many.
Like, oh mate, yeah, what turned up like?
Yeah,
fucking
well,
wanked.
when the Queen's funeral as well, because that was an unexpected bank
shit,
holiday.
Yeah, of course.
Plus the strikes. Some of them I was sending them out. Like, normally they are next day, 24
Yeah.
hours. Like, I pay for this 24-hour sign.
Yeah.
But I pay a little. I think I lose out on £1, like, from what the customer pays. But I'd rather them, because it's fresh produce,
Yeah.
get it next day. A couple of them, like last week, I sent them off. Didn't think nothing of it. And then a couple of people started messaging me, mate, this hasn't turned up. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's been like 4 days. That's weird.
Oh,
But one of
isn't it-
them was like 2 weeks. And so I started messaging everyone else again. Have you had your brownies? No. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like some of them have been 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, and they just haven't even turned up. They've just gone missing.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, at
They
that point.
fucking useless cunts of Atom. Fuck Royal Mail.
I know. I need to. But the thing is, when I got a unit, when I get bigger, I can look at someone like DPD or a proper,
Yeah, some
Yeah.
like reliable
for the amount I send, Royal Mail's the cheapest option for me at the moment.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, obviously.
we send a shitload of stuff, and we've had more problems with Royal Mail than anyone else.
That's the sad thing. Like we use,
And
like,
we use fucking Hermes,
well,
mine.
now every or whatever they're called this week. Like they got such a bad rap. We've had nothing. We had one got lost and then it got found.
Yeah, and that was it. And
That's-
Royal Mail have lost 4 now.
Yeah, it's fucking mad. Like, I just,
like you say though, if fresh brownies, like if it turns up 2 weeks later,
it
they
got
just-
straight to the
No, yeah.
yeah, like you
Yeah.
can't eat that.
That's
No,
it. Like if our shit turns up 2 weeks late,
it's still a fucking t-shirt.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry, Shag.
It's
Yeah.
not rotten at the end of it. Oh fuck me. I want to ask you about the most sort of important things in a kitchen, because I know this. Did you just laugh when I said that? No?
No.
I thought you would like taking the piss out of my question. I was like, Marlon, how dare you? Not about the most important things, right? I want to know knives, right? I know this
Yeah.
might be not really appropriate to brownies, but it's a question that I want to ask. Now, is it mental to spend crazy money on knives?
it's
Where's the line?
not
like-
if you're at home. I think it is.
yeah,
I mean, even me now, I buy stuff off Amazon, knives, and I probably buy one every 3 months. Say,
really.
I use Victorinox, which is really
Well, they make Swiss. They're Swiss Army, aren't they?
yeah, but they're really good. They're really affordable price as well, and they're comfortable handles. Like I used to have a guy at work who used to love them globals, all metal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Oh, I couldn't hold them. I used to get blisters on my hands.
I remember I bought a set of like Morphy Richards knives when I first bought the house,
Yeah,
and like they're just an all metal set, and then the most unfucking comfortable things to use.
yeah.
They're horrendous.
Victorinox are nice, and the big one I use for the brownies is about 10 inches. I think
Fucking
it's
hell.
35 quid.
Fucking machete, yeah.
Yeah, but I can get. Well, I can't even.
Oh,
ah, that's it. You cut slabs, aren't
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, so when I bought the new oven, most and even bakers I watch on Instagram, like, because I think this is my chef background and knowing how to get the most out of things.
Yeah.
So I was doing the same, putting a little, everyone's got them at home, these little trays about this big. You put them in, you get 12 brownies out of it. And then I bought the new oven and I'm like, hang on a minute. The fucking trays
What
this
is- yeah,
big,
that's it,
my
you're-
oven.
you're
So I went
still
on
optimised
Amazon.
space.
You're using that amount
Yeah.
of electricity. How can I maximize?
So I use the 33 centimeters, I can't remember what's that, about 13 inches or something square.
Yeah.
And that, my oven says 14 inches square, and the tray that goes in it is 13 inches. So I'm using every
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
square inch. And
Well, it
I,
makes absolute sense, doesn't it?
I get 30 portions out of one tray now.
Fucking
And
hell.
I'm doing 2 or 3 of them at a go.
You're not using any less electricity. It's
Yeah.
still heating that fucking box up to the same temperature.
Yeah,
that
so
somebody
obviously I needed a big knife to cut that in half, like when I portion it. But yeah, I probably buy one of them nice every 2-3 months. They do go blunt quite easily, especially like Polly will use it for cut sandwich. Like bread is the worst thing to cut with if you got a decent knife, don't cut your sandwiches with it, basically.
Really? What's
Really?
that?
Yeah, that's why, you get the bread knives, the serrated ones.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
better. They sort of tear through it. Like a decent knife just goes so blunt if you're cutting a sandwich or something.
Oh shit!
So, yeah,
oh
just-
yeah, because fuck me.
If you do want to invest in decent knives, just try keep them separate to like daily things like cutting your sandwiches and
I have that. Yeah, like I feed me dogs like a raw meat diet, and like I'm always chopping like chicken and shit with them, like chicken thighs and bits and bobs up, and I use like a lot of dog knives,
yeah.
and then I've got like our knives and keep them separate. I mean, they still get sharpened the same, but like they do get fucking battered. And they're
Yeah.
like you can tell like the dog knives are so much thinner from the amount of fucking sharpness.
That's it. So you don't rate sharpening knives?
Yeah, I love sharpening a knife. Ideally, I don't have one for home, but at work we'd use a whetstone.
I was gonna say you whetstone, do you?
Yeah,
I really want to learn that fucking
No.
skill. That's one thing I'd really, really want to learn.
yeah. To be fair, there's Joshua Wiesman, the guy I follow on YouTube, and he's got a good tutorial, like
Really?
step to step how to do it. I'll show you the video after when we're off air. But yeah, they're not that expensive. About 35, 50 quid, you can get a decent one, and they will turn your knife brand new. Like
Is that doing it by hand, not on a fixed
yeah, by
setup?
hand, yeah.
So I got one at work for all my work knives.
Hark at this cunt! I got one for cutting rubber tubes, so I haven't got one for cutting chicken. You're an animal.
The thing is, like my stone at work, it's got 2 different grades on it.
Yeah, what
You
one?
coat it in oil.
Oh yeah, true.
So
Yeah,
I
but you
don't really
can-
want to put.
Yeah, but you can just wash a knife, can't you? Like it's just oil. At the end of the day, you can
I don't
absorb
want to
that,
put my
man.
eating knives where I've put some of my other knives.
That's that. Don't touch those. Those are my eating knives.
Yeah, if
Deep
you want
dark
to
depths
if you want to
of a
invest in a
300.
decent set of knives for Christmas or something, just buy a decent set where you got 4 or 5 different knives for different things,
Yeah.
and make sure you just keep them for the job they're
The
meant to
set
do.
purposes.
I'm
Don't
with
mix them all up. Like start cutting your cheese with a bloody boning knife, or
you. What would you say is the most important, most useful thing you have in your kitchen, aside from like the oven?
What for my particular job?
Yeah, just
or,
for what you do, or just what in general,
well,
whatever.
I use a lot of hand mixers in what I do.
Like a
the electrical whisks.
Oh, I thought you meant like a literal hand one where you crank it. Remember those boys?
Yeah.
So when I did Midsummer Set Show, when I was saying I sold 1,500 brownies in one day, I went for about 8 mixers that week.
What? Like just breaking them and taking them straight back to Argos?
They're just. Well, I buy the top end ones.
Fuck.
It's annoying because honestly, I use can't remember the name of it now, but Holly bought me a really most of them are like 15, 20 quid.
Yeah.
This one was 80 quid.
Fuck.
Basically, my kitchen's tiny. For what I do, I need a big 20-litre bloody industrial job.
Industrial.
But I ain't got the room. So, this thing was like 80 quid and it lasted me up until this week. I'd never broke it until the week I'm talking about a few months ago. But I always had one in the attic as a spare just in case.
Yeah. You need it.
Need a backup.
So fuck me, I'm there fucking halfway through the week. I'm like fucking trying to get all these brownies made. Fucking thing packs in. I'm like, fuck's sake. I knew this was going to happen. Like this day, I knew this day was going to come. Went upstairs, got the spare one, brand new, out the box, plugged it in. Just couldn't even get it to fucking work. Don't know whether it's a fuse gone, whatever. I'm like, fuck. That's me spare one's gone as well.
Shit.
And I'm halfway through. I've already cracked the eggs and stuff. I'm like, fuck, I can't do it because although I use hand whisk, I have invested in big mixing bowls, so I do about 5 brownies worth in one go.
Shit, that's a lot.
So I couldn't do it by hand. Yeah, so I'm like, fuck. So I had to go to Tesco's, buy 2 of their cheap ones. Both of them broke. I think by the time I got home, the mix had hardened up a bit, and I'm trying both of them snapped. I'm like, fuck me. That's 4 in like half an hour. I've gone to
go to Screwfix, Shag, get a paddle mixer for some fucking plaster and put it on the end of a fucking drill. Highly recommend it. Where I work, we got a big mixer for doing like 600 litres of stuff at a time. And
that's for mixing bodies, mate.
Oh yeah. And the mixing paddle, the motor got like a big 600 watt motor on top of it.
Yeah.
And the motor like died, or like the bearing went in it. I can't remember, something that fucking happened. So I was like, fuck, how do I mix this? Like it needs to go like like you say, the temperature was like 40 Fahrenheit. I don't fucking know. Anyway, it was going down. I was like, shit. Ran the Screwfix, got a fucking paddle mixer that was like designed for doing like, I don't know, concrete or I don't know, whatever. Whatever shit builders mix. Put that cunt in there. Fuck me. I was like, we should do this all the time. Got the big fucking SDS on there. I was like,
I wish I knew that a couple of months ago.
Honestly, I'll change your life. I've got a spare. You've got a drill. You must have a handheld drill at home. All right, I've got a spare one at the back. You can have it. You can have it from now on. It'll change your fucking life.
Yeah, that
just make sure you turn the speed down on it. Otherwise, you're gonna have fucking it'll be like one of those carry-ons, batter all over fucking everywhere.
But yeah, apart from that, I'd say the most I'll just come to the top of my head then. But one of the most important things for like chefing in general and cooking, if you want to be a decent cook, is a decent thermometer probe. Like you might have seen my Instagrams, I do a lot of dinner parties and that. I do beef Wellingtons, and they're like, fuck, how do you cook that beef Wellington so perfect? It's because I put the temperature probe in, and when it says 54 degrees, that's when it's medium rare, and I pull it out. Like most chefs and most professional kitchens in the rational ovens, they've all got probes. It's not guessing. You're not guessing how long that's in. It's all done on the probe.
Yeah, that's it. Whenever I smoke something or do a joint of meat, always get temp probes out.
Yeah. Well, I bought one. It's called a meter. You must know for barbecuing and stuff.
Yeah.
It was about 100 quid. But honestly, if you're doing a lot of smoking or cooking meat, cooking Sunday roast, like it's a wireless probe. You stick it in the meat, put it in the oven. It's all on the app.
That's it. Just carry the little thing around with you.
You can go for a walk with your dogs like 2-3 hours away, and it will tell you 10 minutes. This is going to be done in 10 minutes. Oh fuck! I better turn around, go home, take the meat out, let it rest, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't think chefs on telly are like fucking say, oh look, how do you get that out? It's all, we know what the temperature is in the middle, and that's how well it's cooked.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, it's all science. So a thermometer is a must if you've done a lot of cooking. And then based on that, I've got it's called like a sugar thermometer. So if I'm making caramels and stuff, like to get that to the perfect caramel, it again, it's all science. Like when I do my millionaire shortbread, that caramel has to reach 103 degrees. Any more, it's overcooked. Any less, and it won't set.
That is
So
precise.
hell.
yeah, it's exactly 103 degrees.
That's
so,
just like napalm at that point, isn't it? Get that on your skin, that burn like
oh
fuck,
yeah,
wouldn't it?
I've done that before.
It's not like water. It doesn't dissipate. It just stays there
Yeah.
and just burns.
Or stupidly, you've made it to the right temperature, and like you just dip your finger in to have a taste.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, I do that every time.
It just looks so good.
Luckily, my fingers have.
Yeah,
I got a bit of chef's hand.
Yeah,
now, so-
batter to fuck now. He's back. Fuck. So you say you do like dinner parties and stuff. What's that all about, man?
So basically, I bring the restaurant to people's houses. This started in lockdown as well. Like I think this started before the brownies. Actually, I was doing this. Like I say, I've always wanted to do my own thing. When I was talking about chefing earlier, I think I always wanted to do outside catering. That was my main, like dinner parties. Not quite weddings because I'd be more of a one-man band, but like buffets and outside catering, just things like that. So yeah, I started. Actually, this was literally in lockdown, and I was working at this restaurant at the time, doing a bit of work before lockdown hit. And they text me. They were like, Sean, it's my wife's birthday next week. I know we're not allowed out. Like this is when we're not allowed to do anything.
Yeah.
But could you come to the restaurant and cook us a nice meal? And I was like, oh, shouldn't really, mate, but all right.
As it's you.
As it's you, yeah, I'm bored at home. Fucking, let's, we haven't seen each other we haven't seen anyone for a few months. This is going back to like Ella was probably 4 months old. It's just me, Holly, sat at home.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck it, mate. I'll come up tomorrow night, cook you a nice meal. And that's what I did. Went up there, cooked them a 3-course meal. They sat out in the restaurant and I was in their kitchen doing it. Took a few photos, blah, blah, blah. Went home. When everything calmed down a bit later, a few months later, I put it on Instagram or whatever, and it was like, oh, fuck me. Yeah, can you come do that around my house?
Such an ingenious thing. Like,
I know another friend of mine has kind of done the same thing. So he does like catered events and small dinner parties. And he's literally quit his job and gone full time on that side of things.
Yeah.
There's something
I
every
just-
weekend.
I never thought there'd be such a demand for it. Like,
People love it because, like I say, the way I do it is I charge them per head.
Yeah.
I supply all the ingredients. It's normally a 4-course meal. Depends how much they want to spend, but even the top end is not expensive. All they have to worry about is inviting the guests and supplying the drink. Like we do all the washing up. I stay and do all the washing up, clean the kitchen down. Like that kitchen is left spotless. And so they're left to relax. They can host. It's like, when you watch Come Dine With Me and whoever's
oh, they're
cooking,
fuck
Yeah,
assing
that's-
around. They're trying to
yeah.
host as
they're
well.
shit
and-
house
Yeah.
because they're in the kitchen and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, we're fucking so late. Like they can just forget about all that, get a proper chef to cook it and it's all perfect
Yeah.
and they can host.
This is always my
That's a
gripe.
game changer.
My
that
gripe
is.
with like going around to people's for like dinner or like, so like Christmas dinner, the main thing, like always your mother wants to enjoy Christmas, but she's fucking tied up cooking the whole time. But like, if you're doing like everyone come around for mine for dinner and they're like, oh, it's a great idea. And they spend half the fucking like 90% of the night in the fucking kitchen picking up
Don't
this. doing
bother cooking, order a takeaway.
Yeah. By the time the meal comes out, no one's hungry. You're all fucking bollocks. And it's like,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
just get the cheese and biscuits out. Fuck it.
Where's the fucking brandy?
No, where's the port to, Shaq?
Yeah, it was a
Where's the
port. That's it.
Yeah. But again, I don't advertise them really. It's just, someone will have one, they'll tell their friends, oh, that was a good meal, and then they'll book it. I've never done any advertising on my business. Like I say, because I haven't had money. If someone had money and said, how I want to start my own business, I've got money, I would say put it all into marketing.
Really?
Well, most of it. Marketing is your biggest thing. Like I don't have money to spend for adverts or
I said
anything
like
that.
your biggest reach.
Yeah. Like there's a brownie company that I follow and she started in lockdown. She wasn't even a chef. She's never cooked before. And she's one of the biggest postal brownie companies in the country now.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
And like,
Postal brownie companies. Who the fuck 10 years ago would have thought
I know.
that would be a business title?
yeah, I know. I've tried most of the big ones, most of the big brands, and they're all rubbish compared to mine, but
Yes, that's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
but her marketing and her brand is on point. Like,
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
It's so
That's what
fashionable. Like,
That's what it's all about, isn't
Yeah.
it? You know.
so, yeah, if I had money, I would put it into marketing rather than, like you say, the time will come where you can build up your stock and your materials over time and profit and just putting all the profits back in. But marketing is such a big thing nowadays.
Was
Like
it-
TikTok, I'd love to be able to do TikTok.
So
I'm
would
just-
we, man. Like we
Rubbish.
got. It's one thing. Like I haven't got TikTok. I'm not really interested in TikTok, but I know it's such a fucking massive for us,
we get cancelled.
an untapped market. No, it's actually not as bad as you think. Like they allow more shit on there than goes on Instagram and Facebook. To be fair.
Also, we got another Facebook strike.
For what?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, we're going through this thing at the moment. I don't know if you've seen, Sean. We've I don't really know what's going on.
I think someone's picking on us.
I think there's somebody out there that we've scorned or we've done wrong at some point, and
Might be a flat out fuck off.
who knows? It might be flat out fuck off. But yeah, we've been investigated by our
Our distribution network.
We've been investigated for an episode, and they won't tell us which episode. They won't tell us what we did, and they won't tell us this, that, and the other. And we've also had like a shitload of stuff. You've just said we've had like some strikes on Facebook. I've had a couple of strikes on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I reckon there's someone out there
I had
trying
that.
to bring down the man.
I think I mentioned earlier about the Sean the Chef page with all the recipes that got hacked. Basically,
How helpful were they? Facebook,
Awful, mate.
Yeah,
I'm
I
still
know,
getting
yeah.
4 months. So basically, my first brownie page was called Fully Loaded by Sean the Chef, and from my Sean the Chef page, I said go all on to this. I had 3,000 followers straight away, fucking massive following.
Fuck.
And then someone hacked into my personal Facebook account.
And from there,
From there, I was the only admin. So just a bit of advice: if you're the only admin of a pet business page,
get someone else.
Get someone else. Because I didn't do that. Like basically at Christmas time last Christmas, I got a 3-day ban on my personal Facebook account. I don't know if you've seen that photo that was going around with like a negative COVID test, but 2 gays bumming in the background on the telly. So I put that on my.
It's not even offensive. It's just funny.
I put that on my mate's.
An outrage.
I put that on my friend's Facebook and said, "Oh, I'm glad you're all clear, mate." Next thing you know, I'm trying to fucking put a status up about cheesecakes I've made or something. Oh, I'm banned from fucking commenting.
Oh,
I'm like, what the fuck?
mate.
Try to like someone's status. I'm banned from commenting. I was like, what the fuck? This was 3 days before Christmas, and Christmas time I always put a Christmas menu out, and people are having for
Big
like
trade, like yeah.
massive. Christmas Eve is mainly my last day of delivering, so everyone has all the cheesecakes and stuff for Christmas Day, Boxing Day. And I couldn't fucking use my business page because I've been banned on my personal page.
Oh no!
Right.
Yeah. So people like I physically couldn't message anyone back, fucking find anyone's addresses. Like it was just a nightmare.
Shit!
So then
All because of 2 gays bumming.
Yeah.
Fucking hell!
I know.
Damn gays!
Yeah. So just a little advice to anyone who does have uses a business page and relies heavily on either Facebook or Instagram. Just make sure you set up a second admin. So like I've got Holly now is my admin of my new page. So if anything happens, I can still log in on her account on her Facebook and change it back or whatever.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, I lost
We
it.
only have one on ours.
Yeah, no,
I just set that up.
If you just,
And
he's literally doing it now. He's actually doing it now as you talk. He's like, "Fuck!"
and what's the other like the two
Two-factor authentication.
yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh, I tell you what, I was listening to a podcast this week. Jack Makes Happier. Not really a great fan of his podcast, but it was one interesting one, and it was about these guys were on these couple of guys that are YouTubers were on about their whole YouTube channel got hacked, and they've got like 4 or 5 million, 6 million subscribers.
Yeah.
It got hacked. Blah blah blah. Anyway, but what the host said is that his Instagram got hacked once, but it was by an ethical hacker. Basically, the guy was like, "Look, your security sucks. I've managed to take over your Instagram."
Yeah.
He said, "You can have your Instagram back. I'll give you back all the passwords and everything. You can have it back yourself. All you've got to do is follow me back on Instagram." And he was like, "All right, you fucking weirdo." The bloke only had like 20 followers. But But even though he's only following 20 people, that was it. But he had like quite a lot of followers. And he like, because like when you go on Instagram, like from the scroll down menu, like you see who's following them. Like who was following this like really obscure fucking guy just from America, Kim Kardashian. There was like a few other YouTubers like Vicstar, maybe KSI, because they'd all been hacked
by
this. This bloke had found their passwords on some fucking leaked website and was like, "Yeah, follow me back." So like Kim, I think Kanye as well. Like all these enormous people. Like he's basically saying, "Yeah, just follow me back." So when I go to somebody else and say, "Yeah, follow me back. I'll get your passwords." If you see Kim Kardashian's following him, they're like, "Oh yeah,
Right, okay.
yeah, dude, you're fucking legit." That's fucking scary out there, man. Like the thing is that like you said, that will fuck your business up.
Yeah.
Big styly.
Well, I had to start a new page, so I had to start from scratch. So from going from 3,000 followers to nothing.
Yeah.
And then I did a giveaway. I did a Facebook giveaway trying to, like and
generate
share.
some fucking
And then
likes and shares.
fucking some bastard copied my exact new page word for word. Apart from it was mine, Sean the Chef. It was Sean the apostrophe chef. Profile picture, all my photo albums, all my information, like exactly word for word. The whole
to scam people.
Yeah. So I was like and share, comment as many times as you want, unlimited entries. So I had 2,165 comments.
That's ingenious.
And this bloke had gone through every single comment.
Copied it.
And message saying, "Congratulations, you've won. Click on this link." So people messaged me saying, honestly, I was getting like 20, 30. It was like bing, bing. I was like, what the fuck? Sean, it says I've won. Is this right? And I'm like, what the fuck? He had messaged every single comment saying, "You've won. Click on this link." They were clicking on the link and it was taking them to this, hacking. They were getting hacked.
Rob the fucking...
Yeah. So I was like, fucking hell, who was...
Can't catch a fucking break,
No.
mate, by the sounds of things.
I know on my luck, if I got reincarnated, I'd come back as myself. Unbelievable.
Fucking hell.
I don't know, since lockdown, this hacking thing seems to be fucking, it's just gone mental.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. Well, I say fortunate, and we've never had any issues like that, but we've got somebody who's just out to get us on all platforms.
Yeah.
Who you are. I don't know if you're listening to this, but if you're trying to bring down this podcast, you can go fuck yourself. All right? Just eat my fucking ass, you little bitch.
But basically, that old saying, if it's too good to be true, it looks too good to be true, don't click it, don't, just don't fall for that. I know sometimes I message them and say, do people fucking fall for this? But they must do, otherwise they wouldn't keep doing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just don't click on any links, and if you're not sure, just maybe message the page directly and say, is this legit or what?
That's it. Like usually if we have a giveaway, we will message you or send you like a video or something of us congratulating you on winning. Don't click on anything.
And also, I think that we're so like, if anyone gets a message from like what looks like us being like, "Hi, thanks, you've done a win. That's excellent, friend."
Yeah, that ain't nice.
Yeah, like we're like, "Oh, listen
That's
here,
borrowed,
you fucking useless piece of shit.
Yeah,
You've won some shit. Give me your address so I can come around and shag your mum."
Yeah, that's it. Oi, scumbag, what's your fucking address? Now fuck off.
Yeah, if you ever get anything that sounds quite official from us, it's definitely not us.
Yeah. The thing at my competition still had 5 days before I was doing
Before
the
it was
draw.
drawing.
Yeah. I'd only just put up, said, right, a week, I'm doing this for a week. And it was the first day, and everyone was like, "Oh, I've won." I'm like, fuck me, the thing's still going for 6 days.
Read the fucking post.
If you're at a wobble, can. Right, so I don't know if I think what we'll do, Marlon, is we'll do it starting when this episode comes out, I reckon, or the Monday when this episode
All right.
comes out. That'll make
Yeah.
sense. Me and Marlon are going to do it. We've set ourselves a little challenge. No.
You set us a little challenge. You started this. You own it.
Right, so I thought it'd be quite funny. So what me and Marlon are going to do, we're going to do 5 days solid on Huel. What are your opinions on this?
On what, sorry?
Huel,
the
complete meal replacer.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't honestly, I don't know what it is, to be honest.
I was hoping you were going to be able to give us some
sorry,
insight, but you got no. Oh fuck!
I've heard of it.
I really thought you were going to be
like,
like, "Yeah, you'll be fine," and instead
No.
you're like, "Oh well, take the chance."
no. Well, to be honest, before I started the brownies, I was working a bit on this sort of weight loss company,
Yeah.
like doing now they're doing like a detox thing where you can. It's 5 days. It's basically like liquid. It's like soup and
Literally what we're doing.
and a
It's like
shake. So it might be the same sort of thing.
it's like 400 calories per serving. You've got to have 5 servings a day, And yeah, it's just literally like everything the body needs in one liquid. So we're going to try it for 5 days and see A, how we feel, B, if we want to continue it, and C, how much weight we lose, and probably D, if we want to kill ourselves at the end or not.
Yeah. Well, it's similar sort of thing where I did do 3 or 4 months at this place, and they've got a lot of good results. Like some of them have lost a lot of weight, and they're saying they're sleeping better, they're feeling better.
I can't lose any more weight. If I turn fucking sideways, I'll disappear.
I could benefit. I've now started wearing large shirts, which I'm not really happy about.
But the thing most people don't realise about losing weight and that, it's like calorie deficit. You could lose weight eating my brownies as long as you stayed underneath you could eat 1,500 calories of brownies, but if that's all you ate, you'd lose weight. But you probably wouldn't be full, but
I know this is what I like. I know people say like, "Oh, everyone oversimplifies it," but it's so true. Less in here, less on here.
Yeah,
like
my problem is fucking beer. Really?
Yeah, same.
That's what it comes down to. Like I drink probably far too much more than I should do.
Mine's sugar, man. I just can't get enough of it. I'm probably similar to Sean. Like you said, you had a sweet tooth. I'm fucking terrible for it. I've no interest in like drinking in the week at all. I don't eat overly unhealthily. Sugar, man. I can't get enough of the shit.
I've cut my sugar down in my coffee as well, mine. That's serious.
Oh, big style. You be on the fucking
I stopped having sugar in coffee in lockdown. I used to have 2. I was a 2 a day, 2 in a cup. And I just thought, fuck it, I'm going to cut out sugar. And to be fair, do you have sugar, I guess, in your coffee?
I have 2, yeah.
For a week, it's like the most horrible thing you'll ever drink.
But you get
and then
used
one
to
day
it,
you wake up and you're like, I fucking love that.
Yeah.
Really?
You just train your body to, you're like,
less sugar.
Yeah, being a chef, I hate not liking certain foods. So I used to work in an Italian restaurant and I hated olives. My dad hates them. And I think it's my dad's put it in me, like they're fucking horrible. I'm like, I fucking hate olives. So every day I would have a couple of olives every day just to train. I'm like, come on. And then after about 2 weeks, I was like, I fucking love these.
That is the weirdest commitment.
I love olives.
The weirdest commitment I've ever heard. I will train myself.
You can train your body to like, honestly.
Yeah, like,
I would train myself to like olives. I've never. All the things.
Coming out tonight, Sean? No, I'm training. Green olive, black olive, green olive, black olive.
Seedless with the seed.
Of all the things to train yourself to do.
Honestly, you can. It's all in the mind. You can train your body. Like
I know, I'm totally full. That was just the weirdest thing. Oh my God.
It's like the sugar. Like one day you'll be like, oh, it's fucking horrible. You try it the next day. Oh, it's fucking horrible. It might take 7-10 days, and then suddenly you're like,
it's all right.
Because you're so used to it by now, you're like, fuck me, that's right. And then you start liking it. You're like, and then you have one with sugar, and you're like, oh,
that's a bit too much there.
Yeah.
That's honestly, you can train yourself.
you know what? Fuck it. I'll give it a go. I will give it a go.
Try it for a week.
A week. I'll try with no fucking
and olives.
I like olives anyway.
Oh, right. I just eat olives anyway.
Mate, there's very few foods in this world that I do not like. Really don't like. I don't like carbonara, like white sauce. I don't like white sauce and pasta. Never have. I don't.
Mate.
I know a lot of people don't understand. I just don't like it. No, I really don't. I don't like white sauce. I don't like carbonara. I don't like any of that fucking shite. And there's one other thing I don't like, but I can't. Oh, I don't like white sauce and I don't like cheese sauce. I don't like macaroni and cheese.
What?
I just don't like it, mate. I know. For a man that loves cheese, I don't like cheese as a sort of base sauce.
You haven't had my macaroni then.
Yeah, you keep saying this and that. Everyone I speak to is like, oh, you haven't tried mine or you haven't tried this person's. I'm like, I've tried them all and I don't like
You
any
haven't
of
tried
them.
mine.
All right, well, make it for me one day.
Right, I will.
Have it for a week. Every day.
You get used to
it for every meal, Reg.
You might shit a lot, but
can't come out of training. Spoonfuls of macaroni cheese is piling on the pounds. Oh, fucking hell.
Hey, Sean, future plans. Where are we going from this?
Future plans. So it's a hard time of year now with everyone's a bit tight on money and electric's gone up. And I looked at a unit about 3 months ago. There's some new builds down Tinknell's, down opposite Morrison's.
Yeah.
I went and looked at one of those. So ideally I'd like to, I need to move out the house. Like get all my fridges out. Holly can start watching EastEnders in peace.
Me and my fridges.
I mean, like I say, the brownies is not actually my speciality. I've got good at it just through keep going and just research and just practice, trial and error. But my speciality is actually like the dinner parties and the main course. So if I got a unit and got some staff, I could actually branch out and train someone else how to do the brownies.
Yeah.
Everything I do is I've got all the recipes. Everything's got to be consistent. If it says 250 grams, it's not 251, it's 250.
Full stop.
So train someone out, get some staff, train them how to do it, keep doing the markets. I think they're going really well. Hit the website, hit the postal scene. So try to get these bakes out quicker to people, get them all around the country. And then maybe branch out and do like the outside catering and dinner parties. But yeah, if I could claim myself and have about 4 of me in the kitchen, I'll be happy. But
it's always the way. It's always the way.
If I could have 4 of me in a workshop, mate, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, so that's the plan. Get a unit, get out of the house, get some staff. And then, it's like going back to the starting your own business. Yeah, it is hard. It's hard graft and it's long hours. And like you say, when I'm not working, it's trying to do TikTok reels or Instagram reels, or even if it's things like searching for the best price. This is all a lot of hours at the moment, but in the future, when, like at the moment, Ella won't remember I'm working all the time. She's 2.5, but when she's like 10, 18, eventually I want Sean the Chef to be a big, well-known brand, and I've got staff working for me, and I can reap the rewards there and have the time off.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
They reckon you spend, I think it's 80% of the time you spend with your children is before the age of 11.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary. Like over their lifetime, that's 80% is spent with your children before 11. After that, it's 20%.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, how old's your earliest memory? I can't remember anything below 3, 4, maybe.
Yeah, like 3 or 4. I think my earliest memory is like, I remember that was it. I was on holiday with my old man, and this was pre-mobile phones. My old man had a phone card because he was constantly ringing work, and it had Kermit the Frog on it, right? And
Hey.
I think this is where my fear of him came from. Yeah, Kermit the Frog on this little phone card. And we were staying in a static caravan in Cornwall, and he kept having to go down to the phone box and put the card in and ring back to work. And every time he'd take it away, I'd cry because I was just staring at Kermit the Frog. That's probably my earliest memory. Mum reckons I was about 3.5. So yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah, so
you got another year then, you reckon?
Yeah, so at the moment, it's good though, because I can put a brownie in. That takes 25. Depending, I'll go play with Ella for 25 minutes. Buzzer goes off. Oh, I'll be back in a minute, darling. I'm just going to get that out of the oven, which I couldn't do if I was working in a restaurant.
No,
You know what I mean?
not me. No, not at all.
Yeah, and like I say, like having your own business, it buys you time. If I wanted me and Holly take Ella to the soft play in the morning, and I want to start work at 2:00,
You can.
I
Yeah,
can.
you-
'Cause
You can literally do you, boo.
yeah. If I want to work till 12:00 at night, I can, and if I want to have a day off, I can, and that's the main thing about having your own business is it buys you
Flexibility,
the
innit?
time and
Yeah.
the flexibility. Yeah.
Nothing like it. Speaking of which, massive shout out to our sponsor, Orly Fox. Like we've been speaking about at length, starting your own business, scary things, scary time. You don't really know what you're fucking doing. Best thing you can do before making any grand decisions or buying anything fucking enormous is speak to somebody who knows what they're fucking talking about when it comes to tax and finances. A decent accountant, which is who, Mum?
That's our main man, Kieran at Orly Fox.
Exactly. They will guide you. They will help you. They will put you in the best direction to obviously do the best things with your money, to make the most of your tax allowances and all the things that go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great, Marlon. Thanks for your input there. I thought we were riffing.
Sorry, I was on a different world then.
No, so massive shout out to Orly Fox for sponsoring this episode. If you could hit them up at
orlyfox.co.uk
and find them on their socials.
So they are at Orly Fox.
There you go. The link is in the description. The link's in the bio. The link's just about everywhere you need it to be.
The link's also in your mother's pant drawer because that's where I left it last night.
Oh, Marlon, savage. The only way we can get away with that is because you know that Kieran would have said that himself. So we're fucking grand. Yeah, obviously, hit them up. They'll sort you out. He's a fantastic guy. He's running a fantastic firm. And he's just a fucking legend. So yeah, support the guys that support us. If you're looking for a decent accountant, head over to there, www.orlyfox.co.uk. Yeah, sweet. Awesome. Grand.
One more thing to I don't know, announce, tell everyone. So, Carol has said, if we get 700 followers on YouTube by the end of the year, he's going to have his back leg done.
What, with a tattoo?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. No. That's not good.
I've already tried to warn him off. He's like, no, I'm fucking doing it.
All right, that's on
So
him.
everyone get on YouTube. Rate us 5 stars. Follow us. That'll be grand. Let's get it done.
Spotify 5 stars. Rate us on Apple Podcasts. Write us a quick review. Really appreciate it. Helps grow everything. Like, share, subscribe. Bang the stories in. We really appreciate it.
Also, Facebook's just done the new reviews for us because we must be over a certain threshold.
Sweet, yeah.
So 5-star on Facebook.
Do all that fucking
if
shit.
you feel like we deserve it. If not, if it's dead to us.
Yeah, join the Patreon unless you want to get kicked in front of a fucking bus when I see you in the street. Yeah, that'd be fucking great. Sean, mate, thank you so much for fucking joining us on this
Really
episode.
appreciate it.
I've learned a lot. I've really enjoyed it. It's an insight into an industry I know absolutely fucking nothing about that I find really fucking interesting that I never thought I would ever sit down with someone like this. So
No, thanks for having me.
no, mate,
No, thanks
pleasure.
for coming on.
Where the fuck can we find you?
So Facebook, my new Facebook page is just called Sean the Chef, not Sean the apostrophe chef. Instagram,
If anyone could report that page, that'd be
yeah, I
fantastic.
think, well, everyone's reported. I think that's gone now.
Right, perfect.
Instagram, Sean the Chef 1. Yeah, that's the main 2 things I use until I get a website. But yeah, Sean the Chef on Facebook is my main protocol.
And what sort of stuff what sort of stuff you doing? What you making?
So basically, my menu is always on the pin post on that page. My menu changes not every week, like literally every few days.
Oh, so you're just doing whatever,
Yeah,
whenever.
whatever.
Like,
I normally have like say 12 different brownies or blondie like bakes, and then when one runs out, one I might sell out on one in one day, and then the next I'm baking every single day. So as one comes off, another one goes on. So that menu is just ongoing. So it's always on the pin post. All my information, the market information and postal, it's all on that pin post on that Sean the Chef Facebook page. And just drop me a message if you want to speak to me or place an order.
awesome. Well,
Fantastic.
thanks for coming on, man. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
No, it's been
That's
fucking
been
brilliant.
All right, a couple of last shout outs to do. So we got a shout out to Scott Hastings, then the people that have ordered in the episode.
What?
It's been a minute since we've done this. So, hold tight. Christopher Blundell, Simon Davis, Martin Bird, Daniel Bryan, and Patrick Ainsty.
That was you really thinking about how to pronounce that.
That was, yeah.
Well done. You will be saved from the bus kick. Anyway. Right. It's been a pleasure. It's been a chore. It's been all that good shit that goes with it. I've been Reg,
I've been Marlon.
I've been Sean.
and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers!
Cheers, guys.